are on site and ready to get you dialed in to hunt. Need gear? Infinity has tree stands, saddles, plus blinds from Banks Outdoors. Find all your hunting needs now at Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma. Infinity Sports and Outdoors.
Hi, this is Sydney from Ben Guerin. 2026 annual passes are now available at Ben Guerin Golf Course. We offer a variety of plans to meet your budget needs. We have special pricing for juniors, seniors, and military. If you're looking for the best golf value in the River Valley, then look no further than Ben Guerin Golf Course. Book your 2026 tournament outings now. For more information, call the Pro Shop at 646-5301, go to benguerringolf.com, or follow us on Facebook. When you think golf, think Ben Guerin.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back, and it's still bigger and better than any chicken sandwich out there. More chicken strips, more Monterey Jack cheese smothered in buffalo and ranch, all on a 5-inch bun. There's so much crispy, cheesy, saucy goodness, you may find yourself speechless when someone asks what's your favorite part. Not because you can't find the words, just because it's hard to talk when your mouth's full with this much deliciousness. The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back for a limited time. What a burger.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see a little bit of wet weather to start the day, then an increase in the sunshine, our high in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Mainly clear sky tonight, and overnight low in the upper 20s to low 30s. And then Friday, a bounty of sunshine, a high will be into the low 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Oh, it gets me going just talking about it. It's really a lot of fun.
ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect it.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
Even one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
All right, good morning, and it's halftime, 11:01. We're live at Swift's Jewelry on the town square in Fayetteville today. Come out and see us. We're here till 2 o'clock, and then make sure you come out for their inaugural men's night, which will be 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock tonight. We've got a lot that we can tell you as far as that is concerned, but let's get to the pleasantries first. Phil Elson sitting next to Matt Jones. Kristen Johnson in our ESPN Arkansas headquarters today, and at Swift's Jewelry for the second time ever. Which, of course, if you've been to Swift Jewelry before, you know that it's a well-established, beautiful store. If a little bit restricted in terms of the size for when you're trying to do a radio show. So here we are in front of one of the cases, and they're trying to get things just right as we get on today. So. Matt, you had to run interference here for a quick moment.
Man, how cool is this place? Happy to see you. Happy to be here with you. What a pleasant drive up the hill.
Was it? It looked pretty foggy and rainy today.
I like it when it rains. The drive coming home from Hot Springs was really cool. Like
That's pretty.
Yeah, it was really pretty. Today was a little different, but almost with me, it's like how much traffic's on the road. It wasn't too bad with traffic on the road. Get a little pocket and kind of cruise on up, man.
Yeah,
it's good to be here.
When you're doing an 11 o'clock radio show, you're never going to hit any of those.
Just
times
don't
of
borrow my
traffic.
car without consent, okay? Adu Thiero.
What happened here?
So everything's fine. No complaints or no charges were filed. But Puka's brother, the star receiver for the Rams, his brother borrowed Adu Thiero's car.
Right, what kind of borrowing was
And,
this? Was this borrowing
with
with dude's knowledge?
It was without consent, and so they got taken over, and then no charge. Everybody's back to normal, but
so it's okay.
It's okay.
So it really was borrowing then.
He didn't have consent. But then there was he's not filing a charge or whatever, But he's like, why you couldn't take my car?
I just want to have a little fun with the guy and be like, all right, how much is this worth to you? How much is it worth before I actually say yes? I'm going to push charges since we're all friends here. I had only seen the headline sitting down here, and it says Nakua's brother arrested over theft of Lakers car, and it turns out it's Adu Thiero. Yeah, well done. You can borrow my car anytime you want, Matt. The only problem is I don't think you'd fit inside the driver's seat.
You ever been in a Corvette?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah,
because I can only put one leg in. Yeah, it's would be impossible.
You ever see Police Academy?
I have not.
Oh,
I haven't seen Police Academy.
There's been like 7 of them in the first Police Academy. Remember Bubba Smith?
He drives in the back seat.
Yeah.
I think you've told me that story.
I love
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
I would love to see you tear out the front seat of my car so that you could sit in the back seat and drive. The only way that would happen if in an emergency, when I've lost the usage of my hands, which who knows may happen at some point since it's 48. I'm 49 in like a month.
Woo!
So I'll be falling apart.
Oh,
soon.
Are you getting nervous about 50, or do you you don't even think it'll happen?
The numbers it's just round numbers.
Now it is.
That doesn't bother me very much. I've been saying this. Like when I hit 40, my 40s have been much more fun than my 30s were. I can't even imagine how much fun it's going to be in my 50s. It's just a matter of setting the expectations for what I can do physically and what I can't do physically.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a longer list of things that I can't do physically now. Which next week, I'm taking the kids to Chicago. It's a walking city. Got a little thing going on with my left foot.
So
I need a pogo stick to get around.
They got that. So get on the scooter. When we went to Denver, they had these scooters. You just use your debit card, whatever, and they had these scooters that you just get on.
I like the scooters.
It's like Marty McFly. It's like a hoverboard with this, but it's not a hoverboard. And you zip around. Oh, you'll love it. The kids. I think they're of age where they have a little eye-hand coordination. Be careful. Don't.
We've got some of these in Fayetteville too. And
so you know what's up.
Well, a couple of years ago, it's when I still lived in Fayetteville, and my son came with me, and he wanted to ride on the scooter. I would admit I'd let my son ride the scooter with me, and you're probably not supposed to do that. And there's a little moment where his chin hit something and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's at 13. He should be able to ride on these things. My daughter's 16, so that's perfect. That's great. All that we got to be able to do at that point is just we can create a little competition, like a slalom competition, a slalom pedestrian competition, just sort of zigging and zagging through all the people that may end up being in Chicago these next few days. What do you got to look at here? So we can go shopping while we're here at Swift's for the entire day.
You know that ZZ Top song, Pearl Necklace? There's a pearl necklace right here, and it's $82, man. That seems like a steal.
There's one right behind it that's, 3 times
That's
the
like
size
5 of them, yeah.
for $148.
I thought that was a soccer ball, and then that looks like a 3 Under Armour type thing. And then they got all the little Razorback. Man, get out here and get a Razorback and go to a basketball game.
This one over here, this what is that? A sapphire necklace. This actually looks like a hand shield that you
that 300
that unit would have seen for a phalanx.
That's exactly right.
That's 300 different sterling silver pendant necklaces for a phalanx right there, unit. We could get one of these for you, but are you ready to spend over $600 on our friend Unit?
Unit.
I wouldn't spend $600.
Oh, it's heavy. Heavy's reliable.
Yeah, you're only going to spend that money on his significant other, and Unit, you're just other for the two of us.
I watched
we don't make out
recently, and they were actually trying to rob the sterling silver guy. What's his name? I can't remember, but they were trying to rob him. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I didn't even know what he meant.
The Christmas movie. It's you got to be careful around the holidays.
You better be. Yeah, thanks, Guy. Good luck on the scooters in Chi-Town. That's exactly right. That's what I meant. There's too many people walking around there on the sidewalks, and there's plenty of cars still. So I got to hope in a big city like that there's just one lane for the scooters and nothing else. Otherwise, yeah, slalom sounds fun, but it could actually be somewhat dangerous. Not fun at the same time. Eddie says if Brian Shaw can fit into a clown car, then you can fit into a Corvette.
Brian Shaw, he's a basketball player.
I remember him.
Yeah. No, I can't fit in a Corvette. I've tried. So thanks for telling me something that I can do that I can't do.
No problem getting in a Suburban, though, right?
You know, I'm really not a Suburban fan.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But I rented something that's like a Suburban when we're in Chicago because I got to drive to Michigan. And just make sure that each child in the car has his or her own zip code so that I don't hear any complaining for a 2-hour period. About perfect for parenting. Halftime here on a Thursday, we invite you to come out and see us at Swift's Jewelry on the town square. We're here up until 2 o'clock, but you also got to make your plans for their inaugural men's night, which is tonight from 5 until 7. I don't know about you, Matt, but I'm a little uncomfortable when it comes to shopping for jewelry back in the days when I was married, and I wasn't really good at picking things out. And I also, it's not like you're going, you know, my dad is good at this, and this is today my parents' 54th anniversary. He knows the kind of jewelry that my mom likes because she'll point it out to him when they're out and about and let him take care of the rest. But that's an advanced relationship after all these years. You might need a little bit of help to choose a gift. Do you ever need help to choose a gift?
Every time. I always, every time I get a gift, it's like nobody's going to like it. Unlike Dr. Charlie, great gift giver. You know, it's like I have no idea what to get people.
I mean, he dropped a baseball on me, a Pirates baseball signed by Jeff King yesterday.
Got me an Andrea Pirlo Juventus soccer jersey.
What do we get him?
I don't know. A high five. Hey, thanks, man.
Hey, I appreciate you.
You're an amazing gift giver.
Give him a funny nickname every week during football season.
Charles in charge.
Is that a gift? I guess it is.
St. Charles place.
Well, they have personal shoppers that are going to assist every man that comes in today for the inaugural men's night. And there's no pressure at all. So, I mean, you're going to walk. Sometimes you walk into a jewelry store and you can immediately feel intimidation because it's just everything's sparkling and everything looks beautiful and you just don't really know what to look at. And you might stand around looking like an idiot, which is what I did when I walk into a jewelry store. So the lovely ladies who work here, along with Steve, are here to help you and basically answer every single question, and they know what style is about. So they will also get 10% off your purchase during the event and giveaways all throughout it. So just mark it, 5 to 7 tonight, Swift's Jewelry, Town Square, Fayetteville, inaugural men's night, bourbon tasting. So they'll loosen you up a little bit with some bourbon tasting and light refreshments. The personal shoppers to make sure that you walk out with exactly the gift that you needed and 10% off your purchase. Sounds like a great. It's an inaugural men's night, so it's the first time they've ever done it. Guarantee won't be the last. And then tomorrow we're at Gelco Outdoors because everybody's in the gift giving season. Yeah.
Well, and it's hunting season, so get in there, get you some stuff. Make sure you got everything you need for the deer stand, for the duck blind, and then turkey season's right around the corner. I know they're really good with their bows and arrows. They have a collection. They have like an armory there. I mean, you get any type of firearm you want, they got it.
The one thing which would connect Swift's Jewelry to Gelco Outdoors is there's a pretty cool pocket knife collection here at Swift's Jewelry.
Very English of them.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one thing I could walk out here with and say, well, I bought something for you, son, at Swift's Jewelry today. My daughter, she would have her eyes on any number of things.
How old is too young, or what's the age when you get your boy? You get if you raising kids, whatever. What's the age you get your son a pocket knife so they start learning how to handle it and knowing that it's.
Well, he started a little.
Be careful.
He started a little collection at the age of 8.
Oh, he's got it. Okay,
got it
right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Now, usually when you're talking about a collection. Isn't a collection something that is organized to be put on display or is organized in a way that you know where all of your things are so when you want to access them, they are? I don't know if I could call my son's collection like that because it's sort of dispersed amongst 2 different houses and probably 15 different rooms amongst those houses.
Well, it's smart, though. That way, if anything happens, you know in each room you got a little cubby hole.
When's the last time that you reached between the pillows of your couch and you came out with a handful of a pocket knife?
And it's like, but I'm not a lefty. He's like, well, then you're going to die today. You know, it's like, oh, my goodness.
All right, we're at Swift Jewelry. We'll be talking about it all throughout the show, and also talking with, let's see, it's a Thursday, Brett Dolan joining us in a couple of hours, Dudley Dawson at 11:30, and lots of time for calls and texts. Lewis Automotive Hotline open when we come back at 877-377-6963. It's halftime, and we're back in just a moment.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Did we invent crispy chicken? Nah. We just put it where it belongs, inside burritos and tacos, obviously. Extra saucy. 2 strips, huh? Look at that. Overachieving? Sure. Did you ask for it? No, but we did it anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell. A brand new classic. You're welcome.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Yes.
She tried to take me upstairs for a ride. She had to heave me right across her shoulder.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
That'd be 82nd. How did Keith Richards make it to the age of 82? The only way that you do that with the life that he's led is to have enough money to
hyperbaric chambers,
buy somebody else's blood and put it in your body.
Johnny Depp's blood.
Must be. They must share.
It's the
blood.
vial that your boy Billy Bob Thornton had around his neck. It was on sale. Yeah.
82 years. Did you see that the Stones canceled their tour for 2026 because of I was just reading a headline about it because of Keith Richards' arthritis.
Listen to this birthday list right here. December 18th. This is one of the best birthday lists I've ever.
Which includes my parents' 54th anniversary.
Christina Aguilera, Katie Holmes, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brad Pitt, Steven Spielberg, Keith Richards, Billie Eilish. That's just to name a couple of them. That's what a crazy birthday.
Look, I mean, do we like Sia as an artist? She's the girl that's got the two-tone hair, the brunette hair, the blonde hair parted right down the middle, always covering her eyes. What did she sing?
Black and white cookie.
She looks like a black and white cookie from the neck up, basically. Yeah, wow, what a set of birthdays.
Yeah, it was nice. 12/18.
12/18. Keith Richards' arthritis. Can you imagine what it must feel like for him to play a guitar with the fingers feeling like that? Got me thinking about. So I'm 49 years old. I like to try to be active, but it's a little difficult right now. What's Phillip Rivers' age? 44. 44. How's he feeling? A week after, not less than a week after he finally got back out there and played football again and took some hits.
I didn't watch much of it, but I bet he got a cold tub. I bet he's doing everything. The thing you worry about is how much can he still throw. But if he was a high school football coach, he's still throwing every day. Not the same, but you're still throwing. If you haven't thrown in 6 months, then all of a sudden you go throw. You're going to be different. But man, I tip the hat to Old Man Rivers, man, and what a great last name for his comeback.
Let's see something about Shannon Sharp was pointing to. They should trying to bring out Kaepernick again. Go get Kaepernick in this situation. I mean,
Kaepernick was never as good as Phillip Rivers, though.
And he didn't play for the coach. I mean, that's the whole reason.
Yeah, knowing the playbook and all that stuff.
I think it was pretty much time to put that whole thing to sleep.
I like Shannon Sharp.
It's been time to put it to sleep for I think a while now.
Well, if he wanted to play, he could have went to the CFL and made 7 figures a year in playing. But he didn't want to. He wanted to. He thought he was a part of something that was. We don't have to get into all that, but I always stand up for my country. And when you're representing an organization, you're not representing yourself. And so if you want to be out on your own and you want to talk bad about America, you can do that. But when you're at a football game and they're playing the national anthem, you stand up for your country.
So look at that. Look at this. Bo Pribula is going to go into the transfer portal, Matt. The Missouri quarterback.
Everybody 100% should go and get in the transfer portal. Like you should get it every. Because how do you know, right? Yes, he will get Miami. Where do you think he goes? He'll go somewhere big time and be a starter.
Well, I mean, he was a starter in a good program like Missouri this last year.
Got hurt though.
Yeah. But that was the guy who left Penn State before the playoff last season. And now he's skipping a bowl game. I will use this word, a meaningless bowl game for Missouri. They were in a position to maybe make a playoff and then slump badly towards the end of the season until beating Arkansas. I don't even know the bowl game they're playing in.
Nobody does,
except a few of their players, maybe not all of them. But this was Bo Pribula was the poster child for everything wrong with college football for a few days last year, and it wasn't his fault. It was about the the calendar and the portal being open before the playoff. And look, Penn State's losing their backup quarterback before the playoff even starts.
And your boy at UNLV that transferred after 3 games, had a 3-0 start and said he wanted more money. That quarterback seemed to be the – is he at James Madison?
He went somewhere. I think it may –
James Madison's in the playoff.
Might have been James Madison. You might want to check on
Let's
that.
see. Let's see who their quarterback is.
Anybody remember his name? Because, again, that was the guy that was the poster child of everything that's wrong in college football for about a news cycle or two, which now is 24 to 36 hours. And we all knew his name. It was right on the tip of your tongue during that 36-hour period. And I knew he signed somewhere. James Madison would make sense. Yeah, so Prebula's going to go into the portal, and that makes me wonder. It's the Gator Bowl, by the way, that Missouri is playing.
Matthew Saluka, he's 8 of 11 on the year.
That's him.
He's 8 of 11. He's not the starter, so he didn't get the starting job, but he's 8 of 11
you
this
think
year.
They're paying him what he thinks he's worth in NIL?
He made the
making 11 pass attempts.
Hey, he's probably making about as much as Braylon Russell was to touch the ball. I think Braylon Russell got $10,000 a touch. It's like when it equates out, you're like, how do you not give that guy the ball?
Hey, Unit, do you have the soundbite of Eli Drinkwitz talking about?
Yeah, just give me
tampering?
1 second.
Yeah, he went on this long talk about tampering. Here's the thing, though: when I hear coaches complain about tampering, I think to myself, man, you got guys on your staff that are doing the exact same thing. There's no way that Missouri has not been in contact with some player that's in the middle of a season or at the end of a season. If he's complaining about that this is the state of college football, then to me that means that they're doing it too.
Well, I think some people are doing it the right way. Every head coach doesn't have a blonde that's on staff that they're just paying extra money to, but it appears to be that way, you know. But I think there are some teams that are doing it the right way.
But how do you not tamper? I mean, so that's the whole point. Nobody can define what tampering is. How do you not? If these kids know, if everybody knows when they're going into the portal, at least a handful of schools that they're going to go to, is it all just based on previous relationships, really? On when you were recruited out of high school or the last time you were in the portal, and we're really to believe that there's no contact between these people?
Who runs the collective? You know, what's the GM's job? Do they talk to the agent of the player? Like, there's a go-between somewhere.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Some kind of a buffer.
I think so. I think every single college that's at that level has somebody that's in that role. I think so.
Go ahead, Christian.
Tampering is at, the highest levels. There is no such thing as tampering. It's just because there's nobody that's been punished for tampering. And so everybody on my roster is being called. I had a dad call me and say that, and I called the head coaches at their schools, that this school and this school and this school called, and they are offering this much money.
Okay, but then what's the next part of that conversation? You're only getting one portion of it. If he talks to a father and he's, well, this school is offering us this money and this school's offering us that money, what's the next part of the conversation? If you're the coach and you get a call from a parent and that's what you hear, what do you expect the next thing to be?
If you don't want to be here, then take off. That's how it would be. It's like, if you don't want to be here, then this is, like, I don't it's like, yeah, but that's the whole point of I would advise every single player to get in the portal. Every single one, because you don't know what you're worth, right? Like, how do you know what your worth is? And then can you not come back? Like, can you jump in the portal? It doesn't work out. You don't like what you're seeing, then you come back to the school you're at.
If you're Braylon Russell, you can.
If you have talent,
if they want you on the team,
that's
sure.
right. That's right.
Well, then the next question, because that parent is thinking the same thing. You want my son on your team. They don't have to say it, but you can feel it. And then the next question is, what are you offering?
Well, there's an entitlement it's gross. These players, it's kind of gross.
What you're experiencing now in college football is what there was a long time back when Major League Baseball was figuring out what free agency was going to look like, and there was a proposal. I think it was Charlie Finley, the owner of the A's. He wanted them to be free agents every year. You just have 1-year contract. You can sign with whomever you want the next year. They didn't do it because why would you want that kind of insecurity on who your employees are for the next 12 months? You're experiencing exactly that in not just college football, but college basketball, all of college sports. It's just this gets more of the headlines because it's the biggest sport and it's that time of the year. But this is what we're experiencing. it's literally no rules.
They're making it up as they go. It's wild on the frontier. And there's two different ways these players are getting paid. One of them is a tax-free money they get, and one of them's through your NIL. You got an NIL and a collective. Certain money's taxed, certain money's not taxed. It's wild. I mean, some of the stories I've heard of, the universities offering their parents a house, like, hey, we want your parents to come up here and have a house, or.
But has that been going on for a long time?
Well, I got $0.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't, and it wasn't really something you talked about with some of the other former players. I've heard stories before. Some players that tell you stories, and I'm sure it happens. But I didn't get any money.
Oh man, it is. They are making it up as they go. That's the only way that you can, because nobody knows.
And they're not. I think
next
Drink
month or the month after.
I think Drink is right when he's like, hey, here's these rules. Follow these rules. But if you don't follow them, nobody's going to enforce them. And it's just a weird concept, because if you're not, where do you get into the point where, well, this guy contacted me first, and then as a player, do you think like, well, if he's lying about this and they're cheating about this, what else are they doing too? Because you would want, there's certain types of having a relationship, and you would want a certain type of character person. And if you're going to already be lying, then what else are you lying about?
That's a good point. Have I laid out who our guests are? Because I know we got one coming up in just a moment. Is one thing that we got Brett Dolan coming up at 1:15. Dudley Dawson in just, you'd mentioned the tax-free dollars. That is a law in the state of Arkansas, right? You're not taxed. I don't know. If
there's certain that it's either one of them. I don't know if it's NIL or the collective. There's one of them you can get that you don't pay taxes on.
I thought about that watching the Hogs Plus video yesterday of the men's basketball team did essentially a charity event for families that are struggling in Fayetteville in Northwest Arkansas, and it's a great video. They got tables and chairs and everything set up for the families on the floor in the practice building. All the players coming in, Cal and all the coaches, and they're eating with them, and they've got gifts for them. And Cal says that these players literally are giving some of their own money to these families, and I love watching, because I really do think that he cares about this. He's done this at everywhere else he's coached, and I thought, well, were the players before they were getting paid giving their own money? And how do it's like, look, you're expected to do this, and you don't need to be convinced about it either, because guess what? You're not taxed on this money either here in Arkansas. So just take whatever your tax would be, your income tax, state income tax, give it to these people right here. That, to me, is just kind of how it felt.
It's a neat deal that they're doing, and it's teaching them responsibility. It's teaching them, I guess it's teaching you the opposite of entitlement. It's teaching you to be giving. I love it. It's pretty cool. Now, you don't know, all these kids come from different backgrounds, and you don't know where they're sending money to and who they're helping out in all other ways. But if you are fortunate enough and you've been blessed, what a cool thing to do.
Felt like being for these guys a chance to learn about how to be a servant leader, which I think is a difficult thing to get to as a teenager. But I hear some leaders, Gino Bell, one of them, one of the big higher ups at Walmart. We work with him on the football broadcast, and he's told me about his whole view on being a boss. And at some point, I think all of these guys on this basketball team would view themselves as bosses, because they were the best players on their team for so long. And it's the whole point of being, you lead by serving the people that are working for you, serving your own teammates. And I saw basically a group of players that are learning how to serve the community, in a way that I don't know how many other players were asked to do this before, where it's different when you're giving your time and when you're giving your money. Because that is a lot of money that these guys make.
Well, there's about four. I mean, when I look at this roster, there's a couple guys that are going to go to the NBA.
They're going to add to this
but
over $1 billion from
There's
guys.
5 guys on this roster that can go overseas and make 6 figures a year. Like there's a lot of talent. Now, there's only a couple NBA guys I see, but there's There's a handful, plethora, if you want to say, a bevy, whatever you want to say, a litany of players. There's a lot of them that are going to go overseas and make a lot of money.
All right, I'm helping them sell some jewelry here in a moment. Which one am I getting? The red sterling silver graduated garnets. This is my birthstone right here. Do I get a discount on it?
Just the commission. No.
And this one right here, this bracelet right here, see, I'm actually really good at handling very expensive jewelry.
You didn't fumble like a Razorback.
Got 3 points of pressure.
Good for you. We get you up there coaching these running backs how to hold on to things. I like it. Unit would be proud of you.
Well, look, there's a silver sterling football right here if you want to knock it out of my hands. Dudley Dawson joining us in a moment. This is halftime.
Going out to Mexico, straight desert. First time seeing a tumbleweed, I was like, man, I'm in a cartoon.
This is halftime.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
See dealer for details. At Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren. There's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Rhodes, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Rhodes way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Rhodes way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
It's the season for shopping the store that honors Christ all year long. It's the season for shopping the Solid Rock. Lots of gift ideas, including home decor, greeting cards, books, women's boutique items, and of course, Bibles. And while you're there, make your gift extra special with custom laser engraving, pins, cutting boards, wallets, Bibles, and more. Lots of selections to choose from, or ask about custom orders. The Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, family owned and serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
Hey, Ty Richardson from the Morning Rush, and I want to tell you what Linda, Joe, and their team are doing at Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant. Daily lunch specials come with a side and a roll, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3, just $9.99 each. Mondays is Mimi's Meatloaf. Tuesday is 3 chicken dinners. Wednesday is chicken fried steak. Thursday, Garrison Swiss chicken. And Friday, a Whippoorwill burger. 509 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant. Timeless Southern home cooking.
Looking for a gift that's full of flavor and hometown pride? Then the House of Webster in Rogers, Arkansas has you covered. Our jams, jellies, preserves, and salsa gift packs are made right here in Rogers. Perfect for family, friends, or anyone who loves great taste. Stop by our gift shop at 1013 North 2nd Street in Rogers, or shop online at houseofwebster.com. Got family in other states? We'll ship it for you. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
I saw her today at the reception.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend Matt Jones.
Back on halftime, headed to our Lewis Automotive Group hotline here on a Thursday morning as we are live at Swift's Jewelry on the town square in Fayetteville. Good morning to Dudley Dawson, the one and only Dudley Dawson. Dudley, how you sounding today?
I'm sounding good, I think. True words have never been spoken, more by Mick Jagger.
Yes, that's
it's
exactly
a happy
right.
82 by Mickey. No, is it Keith? Keith today, but still the Stones. So we're doing the Stones the first hour. It's what are you going to do? I'm not going to make it to 82. So you celebrate other people that make it to 82.
You'll get there before I get there. We'll say, let's go in a theme here. You don't always get what you want, but you get what you need. Dudley, the Razorbacks going to need a left tackle next year. I am seeing Carius Kern from LSU is supposedly going to be entering the transfer portal. Arkansas's top high school player from last year out of Marion. Hogs have any chance at him?
Absolutely. I feel really good about their chances, and I think that from what I'm hearing, and I'll be gathering more information as well, but from what I'm hearing, he's vastly considering coming home, as they say, even though Marion's a little ways away from Fayetteville. But, I think that's going to be a perfect marriage of an outstanding young man who's also an outstanding football player and someone who, you've got to give Coach Silverfield and his bunch of coaches some credit. And thank you, Lane Kiffin, for storming in and throwing LSU into a turmoil. You're right. This guy, not only could he play tackle if you needed him, he could play guard. He's very versatile. He's got the opportunity to play on Sundays. And there's a reason he was the number one commit in Arkansas, or number one player in Arkansas last year. And you're going to, it appears now, if this works out, you're going to be able to say you got the number one player in the state the last 2 years, and that was not happening around here lately until the new coach came along.
Hey, do you hear what Drinkowich said in Missouri about tampering, about there's really no consequences? Is there a set of rules? Do we know? Like, who is contacting these players? Is there somebody that's like a GM of a collective, or how if you're not supposed to be talking to these kids before they get in the portal, how is there so much communication going on?
Well, there's the communications going through people other than the kids. You know that full well that there are relatives, there are agents, there are lawyers, and that loophole has not been closed. It's always been something that there used to be uncles. Everybody had an uncle that didn't have the last name, but was looking out for the benefits of the kids. And now now that it's a legitimate NFL type situation with money and all that, it's just like anything else. Yeah, you cannot talk to the kids, although I'm sure some do. Probably Michigan, but you know they're you know they're not even supposed to be in the portal yet, but everybody is getting in there. Through social media and being able to let the coaches watch tape on them and see what they want to do. They're out there basically showing off their wares before Christmas.
Yeah, I'm listening to Drinkwitz talk about this, and I'm thinking, glass houses and all of that. There's no way that there's not somebody on that staff who is not, maybe through some intermediate, contacting players that they've had some relationship with, that they know are going into the portal. Maybe it's not a matter of guys that are, on active rosters, getting ready for bowl games. Maybe you know that this player is going into the portal because of all these announcements. And look, there's no end in sight to this, Dudley, because there is nobody making rules, and this is just all these sound bites about this right now. Just get ready to hear it again next year at the same time, and the year after, and the year after, until somebody decides to step forward and lead and create a real playing field, because there really isn't.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I guess if I could have one thing, I know that it's going to continue to happen. But if I could have one thing, if you could transfer this one time and be immediately eligible, but once you transfer a second time, you have to sit out a year. I would like that to come back into the fold.
I agree with you. It's a student athlete. I think they should be on track to graduate as well. You can't get into the portal if you're not on track to graduate. If you're not going to school, I'm 100% with you, Dudley. There has to be something done. I don't know if you have to get a union to get things done, because in my experience, and I'm only 42 years old, but nobody puts ketchup back in the bottle. Once Pandora's box has been opened, nobody comes back and finds a way to rein it in. It's just those are the new rules now.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why I said I know it's probably not going to happen. But if I had one wish, I think that's like a George Carlin bit too. If I had one wish,
you need an iron fist. You need somebody. Do you need a commissioner like it would be a Roger Goodell or David Stern or whoever? Does college football have to get somebody that says, "Look, this is the rules we're going to go with," and then are you worried about, because everything happens like, well, we'll just take you to court. We'll just take you to court. It's just it's a mess.
Yeah, I go back to I forget right now who the basketball player was, but Woody Bassett represented him, and he signed with Arkansas and then was ineligible and took to court on that. That to me was the beginning of things, and now it's just you say I can't play, Diego Pava's gonna get another year. It's amazing how they're doing these things. And what is it? Finley now is going after his 7th year of in 6th program.
DJ Finley's got another year. Give me a break. He didn't have another year ago. Billy the guy was playing football back when Clinton was still president.
He's in the portal now, and he's in the portal now, and he's applied for a waiver.
Let's talk a little football. What's going on in the field, Dudley? So Friday, you get Alabama, Oklahoma. We all kind of know the game that happened. 4 or 5 weeks ago. Alabama out gaining Oklahoma by 200-plus yards, but Oklahoma forcing 3 turnovers, finding a way to win that one. How do you see that one going? And then what's kind of your I guess the other game would be Miami, Texas A&M, but how do you see that Alabama-Oklahoma game going Friday?
Well, I think Alabama's going to take this one, and you have to give Oklahoma credit for going to Tuscaloosa and winning that game and doing what they did to win that ball game. But Alabama's going to be back healthy. I think they're a better football team, and yes, I know where the game's at, but I feel like that Alabama, even we can debate on whether they should have been one of the 12 or not, but I do think they'll win this football game because overall I think they're a better football team. And I do feel like that it may seem strange to say, but I feel like Alabama's going to play with a little chip on their shoulder now.
Hey, Dudley, before you go, we had a text in from Dustin, who's underwhelmed by the coaching hires that have been announced for Arkansas right now, because he says, and maybe it's just a matter of how Silverfield sold what the staff was going to be. And then it turns out that at least on the offensive side, and I know the strength coach too, it's pretty much the Memphis coaching staff, which doesn't mean it's a bad staff or a group of hires. But I think there are some fans that feel that they might have been sold something that they didn't get.
Well, every coach, when he comes in during his introductory press conference, is hyperbolic, and I think he was with a few things. It's going to be the greatest recruiting class ever in 27. Going to have the greatest coaching staff. Athletic director Hunter Yurchek saying you'll see that there's going to be more money, out there because of the way the coaching staff has come together. The only thing I can say, I'm not going to tell him it's a great staff. I also don't think it's underwhelming. I think if you go back and look at their past and how they got here and where they've been, especially the coordinators, I think that, it's going to be a worthy staff. And all I can tell you to this point is that Monday when he first got the job and got those 4 kids to commit, that built up a lot of capital with me.
Dudley, let's leave it there. Next week, Christmas, when we usually talking. So a very Merry Christmas to you, and maybe we can talk the week after, okay?
Sounds good. Same to y'all.
Always appreciate his time. Dudley Dawson joining us Thursdays, as long as it's not a federal holiday here on halftime. We're live at Swift's Jewelry. They've got their inaugural men's night tonight from 5 until 7. Stay with us. We'll tell you about that in just a moment.
No, we worrying about 2025. We ain't worrying about the years in the past, the years to come. We worrying about 2025.
Yeah, just worry about Saturday.
This is halftime.
What is this, a break? It's the all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet at Golden Corral. Enjoy the endless breakfast buffet with carved ham, tender pork chops, pancakes, French toast, made-to-order eggs and omelets, and, of course, the biscuits and gravy. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And from 8 to 9:30, seniors get all this and a drink for $10.29. Golden Corral, 1801 South Walker in Fort Smith. Order online at goldencorral.com for curbside pickup or delivery. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a store card. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Budweiser, the American lager. Time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876.
It's got to be effortless for you.
Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Company you can trust. Meet 3 ladies in a room. Owned, certified, insured, and bonded roofing company. 3 ladies in a roof can handle everything, start to finish, with honesty, quality, and integrity. A hard-working company that knows roofing. Go with the crew that gets it done right. 3 ladies in a roof stands behind their roof so you can stand under it. Call 501-658-3193. 3 ladies in a roof, helping you with all your roofing needs. Ready to serve the River Valley.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything.
Yeah, but these are
sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-sunrooms.com.
They don't know about it. Doesn't mean
Duh.
Preston and Zach were wear heels all day. And then they last
Save 25% off the best brands and largest selection of camouflage clothing in the River Valley.
Yeah, it was
very nice.
Couldn't make the girls' night because I left for
Buddy,
I went out.
non-typical, pursuit gear, Sitka, and more. Save $25 off any crispy dinner, dry shot, Irish Setter,
That's when I went to St. Pete with Melinda.
Joko Outdoors, 4600
Oh, yeah,
in Fort Smith.
Oh, how was that? It was so fun. I will never do it again.
And I've got a kitchen, a PK Fitness. My dad, David, the owner, started this business because he knows you're busy and you still want food that's fresh, delicious, and actually good. Forget the fast food compromises. We're taking customized, ready-to-eat, healthy meals made right here in Fort Smith. Whether you pre-order for the week or ordering something from our grab-and-go frozen meals, we make it easy to stick to your goals. Stop settling and start performing. Get your next week of meals sorted today. Visit DKFitMeals.com. That's DKFitMeals.com and taste the difference fresh food makes. Fuel your life with DK Fit Meals.
Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every
Here,
step.
come over here, put that on. We can test your mic.
Residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group.
Here we go. We're going to come back in a moment.
773-7769-63.
That one. You got me?
Yep.
Make sure that mic is right in front of your mouth.
Like that?
Yeah, right like that. Just give me a check 1, 2, 3.
Check 1, 2, 3.
Does she sound all right, Christian?
Hey, Christian. Do I sound all right?
Good talk, buddy. Okay. Very good. I don't know where I'm at. Okay. Natalie, right?
Jessica.
See, I just was really right
I
on.
feel like you can see my soul, though, because Natalie's my daughter's name.
How do you like that? Maybe I am seeing into your soul.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Live at Swift's Jewelry on the Town Square in Fayetteville. Phil Elson joined by Jessica. You get to be one of the personal shoppers today.
I sure do. I'm looking forward to it.
Does that make you a personal shopper every day you work at Swift Jewelry or just tonight?
I mean, every day. Anytime, any guy or girl, anybody needs help looking at fine jewelry or just needs information, that's what I'm here for.
This sounds like a lot of fun tonight. I know that the Swifts has done a girls' night before.
Yes, we did. And that was a great success. We had so much fun. There was champagne, shopping, wish list building. It was amazing.
I love you doing champagne for the girls' night. You're doing the hard stuff men's night. Tonight.
Well, I mean, we have to do something a little more masculine than champagne for the guys. So, yes, we're going to do some bourbon and some single malt scotch.
French
75s tonight, no. But it's all about the jewelry, basically. I mean, this time of the year,
you feel pressure to buy the perfect gift. Now, you're guaranteed there is a perfect gift inside Swift's. It's just kind of difficult to sift through all of them.
It is, and a lot of people don't know about the jewelry world, which is our job as your personal shopper to help you navigate that and just really break down your wife, girlfriend, whoever that you're trying to come in and get something sparkly for, break down who she is and what, because the answer's inside of you. We just have to help you pull it out and find that right piece because we have such good selection here. Like you've seen it, it's beautiful.
It's like the newlywed game. You got to have the right answers, though.
I mean, you do. If you believe it or not, like when you come in, the hardest part is getting through that door. But whenever you come in and you talk to us and we ask you the questions, most guys actually have the answer. They just don't realize that they have it until they come in and talk to us. So they navigate their way through. We just help them.
And you guys, Jessica and Rosalie and the rest of the crew,
yes.
They're all just great at disarming you when you come in. Because you know the look in their eyes when they come in. It's the wide eyes, very intimidated. That won't last very long.
It really doesn't. Like I said, the hardest part is actually walking through that door. And we're all super friendly. We know our job. We do it well. We're trained really well. And we're here to help you. So you are not going to feel uncomfortable. Maybe for the first few seconds. But like you said, once we get in there and figure out what you're looking for, you're going to feel so comfortable.
5 to 7 tonight, right?
5 o'clock to 7 o'clock tonight, bourbon tasting, single malt scotch, and giveaways as well.
She said, what's the name of the single malt scotch? Matt, let me show you this one. What is this? What is this one right here? Because I wasn't sure how to pronounce.
Abular.
Matt, Abular. Is that good?
Yeah, they make a good scotch. I'm more into scotch than bourbon. I like both, but scotch is Abular's fine.
Going to have the good stuff for you here tonight.
That's good.
Yes, we sure are.
And 10% off a purchase.
10% off of purchase. Yes, you come in, let us help you shop. You also get a discount as well as the bourbon and scotch tasting.
Of course, you can always make a night of it on the town square in Fayetteville.
I believe they're going to have barbecue. Whenever you talk to Rosalie a little bit later, she's got a little more information than I have about the tasting and all of that. But I think they're going to have some barbecue for the guys as well.
That's
so we're
awesome.
really going to man it up.
So when you walk in, you'll ask for Jessica. And,
yes.
And she will be one of your personal shoppers tonight. Inaugural men's night, 5 to 7 at Swift's Jewelry. Jessica, we love having you on and love being inside your store.
Hey, we look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you,
You got
for coming out today.
We'll come into hour number 2 of halftime after the break. Calls and texts on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level for you. Learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
Is your sleigh a little run down from chasing Rudolph all hunting season? Is Mrs. Claus starting to complain a little bit more about the bumpy ride while you're out on the trail? The North Pole of Arkansas AMP's Little Elves are working nonstop to make sure your UTV or Jeep is exactly how you want it. Tires, wheels, suspension upgrades, audio, mirrors, all in stock. Not to mention our exclusive one-size-fits-all gift certificates. Advanced Mechanical Performance, 3201 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, 434-4161.
The holiday season is upon us, and Blue Ember Smokehouse is here to take the stress out of cooking. Order one of our whole turkeys, juicy turkey breasts, or pit carving hams. Spend more time with the family and less time in the kitchen. Place your holiday order today online at blueembersmokehouse.com or stop by in-store or call your nearest Blue Ember Smokehouse. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Blue Ember Smokehouse knocked it out of the park. Probably one of the best turkeys I've ever eaten. The heating up instructions, everything was great. So I just wanted to give a kudos to them.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see a little bit of wet weather to start the day, then an increase in the sunshine, our high in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Mainly clear sky tonight, overnight low in the upper 20s to low 30s. And then Friday, a bounty of sunshine, a high will be into the low 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith.
You know, just enjoy playing the bud. Not everybody get to play the bud.
ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that could respect you.
Live from the Busch Lights Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones?
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Back on halftime, we continue live in Swift's Jewelry. Town Square in Fayetteville, right next to Hugo's, where we look outside. It is gray. It's windy.
Beautiful.
But it's a beautiful day.
Beautiful, man.
Next door to Matt Jones. That's absolutely true. Yeah, and tomorrow at Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith, and then a short week next week. In fact, I'll be gone for the 2 shows that will be live next week, headed to Chicago, where, let's see, what is it that I'm trying to plan here with these kids? We got a show at Second City. We're going to go see Second City Comedy Show. We got reservations at an Italian place. I figure you got to feed them Chicago dogs at some point. I love a good Chicago dog.
Chicago-style pizza.
Now, are you good on the Chicago-style pizza?
I'm any kind of pizza.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Flatbread, thin crust, calzone, whatever. Pizza, when you're going to put bread and sauce and cheese, yes.
But you don't. I don't really get into the argument about is it pizza or not. Like, it's got all the things that Matt just said on it. If you want to call it pizza, fine. Call it what you want to call it. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't care. Put some tomato slices on it, some waxed peppers, some pickle relish.
I think more of a sausage brat when I go to Chicago style. Like you think like of a not necessarily a hot dog, but I guess they're both there.
I could do those Chicago dogs anytime. It's got to be very specific though.
Smith and Worlinski's.
Was that the name of it?
Worlinski's, the steakhouse in Chicago. It's the best steak I've ever had.
Oh, maybe.
So you got to check it out.
Now I'm at a point now where I don't even like to order. I don't
they
like
had
to
garlic.
Order steak out.
They had
much.
garlic as big as
like
that 300 shield that was on the steak. There was like 6 of them on the Smith and Worlinski's.
We've been sitting in front of this beautiful case of jewelry at Swift's. Which also include, look at this Razorback section that was planned, obviously, to be right behind you, Matt.
Look, it's got red eyes right there. How cool is that? That might be my favorite thing in here. Like if you got you know who Paula J would love that back in the day, but we'll have to see where my sister's kids are going to go play. He got an 8th grade. That's he probably going to get a Division I scholarship.
I feel like I met him. Did I meet him in Stillwater?
Ben.
Yeah, I remember.
So we'll see.
I think he said he was going to try to be like his uncle.
Be better than his uncle.
Is he going to get up to 6'6"?
No. He's an athlete right now. He's growing. He's growing. I saw him. I guess I'll see him here in a couple of days again. But he's growing.
Here's they look like some of the old style hogs. Yeah, and then of course Matt had the perfect joke about be careful with this. If it's a hog, you may end up fumbling.
You don't fumble that hog, man.
There was a text that had came in earlier from. Let's see who it is.
No.
Uh-oh. You didn't break anything.
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually break that. All it's got to do is just
heavy though.
Do these half mannequins, the headless mannequins, the neck? It's just a neck. Does that bother you at all? I feel like there's like a head floating around, like a felt head floating around the store somewhere.
No, but it's a little racist. Now that you're thinking about it, there's only one color. It's kind of there's a gray.
There
we go. Okay, all right,
that'll work. And so I was going to get this. We had text in earlier from I forget who it was. Here it is, Joel in Fort Smith, and it's a different text than I got from Dustin concerning the coaching staff that's coming in here. That's at least been announced. Let's see. You got Tim Cramsey, the offensive coordinator, Jeff Myers, run game coordinator, offensive line, Larry Smith, wide receivers, Noah Franklin, strength and conditioning. These are the coaches, at least that have officially been announced by the school that were part of the Memphis coaching staff. So, so Dustin says, was I supposed to be blown away by bringing in half the Memphis staff? And then there's the text from Joel, and it's a longer text, and I won't read the whole thing on the air, but he's looking at how Memphis performed offensively, and so why would Ryan Silverfield not trust these coaches that worked with him at a place where they did have offensive success, much more so than we had, I think, here at Arkansas? To me, it makes sense. It's just there was the overselling of you're going to be blown away, and I think when Silverfield is saying you're going to be blown away, what he's talking about is you're going to be blown away by the results that this coaching staff helped produce, not the names. And I think people took it as we're just going to have these big names.
You know, this is the coolest job that I've ever done in my entire life. It doesn't even feel like a job, but I don't care. We haven't won a SEC game in 2 years. You know, it's going to be 800 days before in between victories, SEC conference victories or so. It's like, man, let's wait. Let's give the coach a chance. Let's let him get his guys up there. It is talking season, so to speak, but it's working season. It's grinding season, man. Let them work. And then we'll come back to this subject in September or October, because it's like, when's the last time this Razorback team has won a conference game? Well, let's wait until they win one. It doesn't. The coaches, everybody, every team in the SEC has a good coaching staff. Travis Hunter's going to go be the linebacker coach for Mike Elko at A&M. I mean, it's Travis Williamson. Sorry.
So how to handle the offseason, at least the next couple of months, because that, you're going to have all these players coming in from the portal, or at least announce that they're going to join the Hogs in 2 weeks it'll start, and you get about a week of that, a little more than a week of that, and I mean, in my estimate, at that point, I gotta look up these guys, see what they did there, and how it might fit into. And I don't know what the style of offense is going to look like, or style of defense. But man, I mean, I'm going to be interested in at least trying to piece together what the roster can look like, because I don't know what else. I don't have anything else to go.
Well, we got basketball season, we got baseball season, we got soccer, there's so many things going on that's actual on the field, on the court, on the baseball diamond. It's like, oh, he changed some light bulbs. That was the best thing that happened to the football team this year, is we got new light bulbs in this. It's like, come on, let's let them coach. There's nothing to talk about, really, this football team. There's absolutely not one thing to talk about.
But there's other games. There's other.
Let's talk about that. But as far as when you win 0 games, I'm not talking about you. Like, until you win a game, there's nothing to say.
I wonder how much they were talking about Indiana football 2 years ago, when Cignetti was hired, and he's putting his staff together from James
And then
Madison.
He's winning games, and now you talk about them all the time.
I don't listen to Indiana sports radio or sports radio out of Indianapolis, and they've got more teams, just in Indianapolis alone. It's talking about major league teams. They got the Colts. They got the Pacers.
IUPUI.
Ooey Pooey. I always love just referring to them as Ooey Pooey. All kinds of other – I love I made McMahon laugh in the background. All these other, universities, Chicago sports, Notre Dame, all of that. So, and now it's the biggest story. It's the biggest story in I think in the sporting world at the moment is Indiana football.
I mean, y'all have almost made me believers. I still think Indiana's going to lose to either Alabama or Oklahoma. I really do, and I'm probably in the minority. A lot of y'all think Indiana's the real deal, and they might. But
I haven't watched them enough. I watched the second half against Penn State. I wasn't able to watch all of the Big Ten championship game. I was traveling, but I watched some of it. That's basically the Indiana football that I've watched.
I mean, if you beat Ohio State 13-10, Ohio State beat Texas 14-7. Texas is a real football team, and I think with that Texas victory over A&M, it either woke them up, and A&M's going to be the real deal, or A&M's not going to make it very far. I wonder. Everybody has some deficiencies. What's Indiana's? Lack of depth, lack of speed, tough on defense. They know how to tackle. That might be the best thing that Indiana. The quarterback tough as nails. So they got a couple things for them.
Does the lack of talent mean anything for them right now, though?
Lack of depth? I don't know if it's talent.
There you go. That's
but
the word
they have talent. No, I said depth.
You did say depth.
They have talent. It's it just, I haven't seen. It's almost like I just don't believe it because it says Indiana out beside it. If it said Alabama, then you'd be like, oh, yeah, that undefeated Alabama team, absolutely.
Just to point out of all the star ratings on each of the players, if you just look at the roster comparatively to the rest of even just the Big Ten, not even just the players that are on, or the teams that are in this playoff, and if you just go, it's funny, you're looking, people would say early in the season, why do we have these rankings early in the season? We're just going by recruiting rankings. In so many cases, I don't remember where Indiana started this year as far as the rankings were concerned, but it certainly wasn't, I don't think, anywhere near number one.
They were in the top 20. They were preseason ranked. They were ranked. Well, Texas was number one, and they fell, from the clouds.
They're not even anywhere near.
LSU was number 2. You look around and see where teams were. Yeah, the preseason rankings are very funny. And to your point, Phil, when it comes to recruiting rankings and the star thing, whenever Alabama offers you, they automatically go up a star. Same thing in Duke basketball. Whenever Duke would offer a player, and if he was a 3-star, in 4 days after that, it's like, okay, now he's a 4-star because Duke offered him. I think that has a little bit to do as well in football. So those ratings are definitely like on a curve, or they're skewed. I don't know how much but like you can either play or you can't.
I'm looking at the preseason rankings right now, and 18 through 21 in the AP poll are all in the playoff. Oklahoma was 18th, A&M was 19th, Indiana 20, Ole Miss 21. And just think of some of the schools in the miserable seasons that were ahead of them in the preseason rankings: Florida, South Carolina, Penn State.
Yeah, that's another one.
Clemson, Kansas State. Pretty interesting,
Kansas State not even going to a bowl game this year.
And the coach, something went on with Kleeman. I don't know, because after the season was over and he had his final press conference, he looked really emotional, and then left the program a week later. Well, all that to say, look, I agree with you. When it comes to Arkansas football right now, it's a heck of a lot of guessing and making a big deal out of really small things, and like parsing rankings of Memphis football here and there, and I'm guilty of it too. Like, I printed out all the full season stats for Memphis football for each of his 6 years and look through it and try to make some sense out of all that stuff. But it doesn't necessarily translate. It doesn't always, if ever, does translate the same way.
I love that he's from a smaller school. The thing that you wonder about, the stat I would want to print out is how much money did they have compared to every other team in their conference? That would be the first question. It was okay, well, so you were able to evaluate talent and overspend for talent based on your conference, or you were kind of, gleaning crumbs and trying to make the best of what you got. So, because now, if he was at Memphis, if he had the biggest bag in that conference, you don't even have a top 5. Like you're going to have to be able to evaluate talent and project. And that's what good coaches can do. And you got to get speed. That's one thing Coach Nutt always did. He used that track program we have up there, have one of the best track programs in the country. Get guys that can do a couple different things. And there's no – it's like Trevion Brazil's a unicorn, right, because of his length and his athletic ability. Same thing in football. If you don't have any speed, you can't win in the SEC if you don't have speed.
You got to take advantage of what you might have an advantage over anybody else. And just, it may be a small thing for a football team, but to have that track program, maybe there is a unicorn that's on the track program. But then again, one of the unicorns for track was on the football team first. Jordan Anthony, he's up for the Bowerman today. I don't know what kind of football player he might have been. Maybe a little too small, but he's up for the Bowerman right there. There's an instance of track getting a guy from football.
Yeah, Richard Smith, a teammate of mine, was an All-American triple long jumper. Ahmad Carroll, a teammate of mine, had a top 20 200-meter time in the world. One of his last years, he ran track. Eddie Jackson, Lawrence Richardson, Cedric Cobbs, Fred Talley. All those guys are 4.3 guys. How many guys? Do we have 4.3 guys up there anymore? You got to have a handful of 4.3 guys and then find a way to get them the football.
Hey, don't forget, if you're looking for a motorcycle, a side-by-side, an ATV, zero-turn mower, Wood Power Sports has exactly what you're looking for at either of their locations in Harrison, Springdale, and Fayetteville. They got all the brands you're thinking of, Can-Am, CF Moto, KTM, just to name a few. And at all their locations, also outstanding service and parts capabilities, deliveries as well. You can learn more at woodpowersports.com. It's Wood Power Sports, a solid name you can trust. The Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open at 877-377-6963, and halftime is back right after this.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
On second down, the give is to Felix Jones on an end around. Jones to the 30 to 40. Jones in midfield. He may go. 25 to 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Felix Jones goes 72 yards. And the Razorbacks increase their lead.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Good morning. This is your Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast mix and match alarm. We've got fluffy eggs and sausage on a made-from-scratch biscuit ready, or perhaps biscuit and gravy. Ooh, maybe a sweet cinnamon roll. Wake up and smell that sweet deal. Mix and match any 2 for just $5 for a limited time, only at Hardee's. Don't snooze on the app. Snag juicy deals, order ahead, and get to work on time. Maybe. Exclusive app offers for registered My Rewards members only. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
If it rumbles, roars, or needs a little more power, take it to Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports in Clarksville. From muffler and catalytic converter repair to full custom exhaust systems, they've got you covered. Need welding or mobile welding along with equipment repair? They do that too. Custom fabrication done right. Located at 215 East Taylor Road. For performance, precision, and power, it's Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports. Call today at 479-214-2729 or stop by today.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
The Crane Automotive team has 16 locations across Arkansas and is home to the Crane Commitment. You'll find Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Kia, Volkswagen, and access to thousands of pre-owned vehicles. Vehicles for every lifestyle and every budget. Even if you're not in the market for a vehicle, the Crane Team Service Centers offer the latest in vehicle diagnostic technology and certified technicians to take care of your vehicle and get you back on the road. Check them out at craneteam.com. The Ruskin and Zach studios are driven by the Crane Automotive team.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
I've been falling, I got now you're confessing, but I'm still guessing. I've been your fool for so girl, don't lie, just to save my feelings. Girl, don't try and tell me nothing's wrong. Don't try to make up reasons. I gotta leave and never see.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
We're live at Swift's Jewelry on the town square in Fayetteville. The inaugural men's night is tonight from 5 until 7. It's Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis is 75 years old, Matt, and he had to stop touring because I think he became hard of hearing from all the concerts. Keith Richards today turns 82, and it was just today that the Rolling Stones announced they're canceling next year's tour. And I don't know if they've literally just put it on this, but man, they're putting it on Keith Richards' his arthritis as a guitarist. Man, I can only imagine what that must feel like, and what he must have to. That must be the reason that he's taken all those drugs for all those years.
You got to stay in shape, and then the saga that we didn't know we even wanted, but that was Dave Navarro and Perry Farrell and Yane's Addiction. They said they're going to give it one more try to get back. Everything's been settled.
I could just picture the two of them, having a meal together with One More Try by George Michael's playing in the background
with a cup of tea. That's right.
Yes, yeah. And then of course when they get on stage together, just wait for the next fight.
Which one do you think could break 10? You know how those punching bags, when you go in places and they have the bag and you can hit it and it's like goes. Do you think Dave or Perry Farrell could even break?
No, they can't use.
I saw their punch though, it was like, come on, bro.
It can't be a box. It can't actually be one of those punching bags. It's got to be some crepe paper. It's the only thing they're going to break through. But I brought up Richards and his 82nd birthday because there are still some guys that are working at age 82 in football. They're coaches. You can't get
Hal Mummy. Yeah.
Well, is he still coaching? He still is, isn't he?
I saw.
Jerry Glanville is 82. He's been you know this. I've told you, defensive coordinator at Division II Northwest Oklahoma State. I think for the last 2 years. I've read about 82-year-old high school coaches that are still doing it in back where I'm from in Western Pennsylvania. It just gets into your blood, and there's no way that you're going to stop doing it until your mind or your body just doesn't allow you to. So that's what I would think if somebody would ask me, and I'm 48. I'll be 49 in a month, but if I ever get asked, so what do you do when you retire? Like, what are you talking about? Retire? If I'm not getting ready for a game somehow right now, I feel like I've lost a leg or I've lost my head. In the next 30 years from now, I'll probably feel in the same way.
We're all giving gifts in whatever certain way, and all our gifts aren't the same. But no, you've been given a gift, Phil, and that's cool that you have passion for it and that you want to do well at it. I couldn't even think about and just knowing you a little bit as long as I've known you, that you get a little antsy when you don't have something to do.
You're not kidding.
I can go sit down for as long as you got to go do something. And so I would say as long as DBH is here, I would see you calling Razorback games. And not saying that when he leaves you don't still do it, but I would imagine that you would be here for a while.
You just picture me at age 82, and college baseball is still on the radio. Radio will still be a thing, by the way, at that point. I don't know what business form it takes, but it'll still exist. At 82, if I'm still calling Razorback baseball games, I think I've led a pretty good life at that point.
Mummy's 73, so he's but he kind of haggard. He looks like he's had a life.
Well, Glanville's 82, so that's the real thing.
When I'm 82, I'm not working anymore. I'm not going to make it to 82, but if I do make it to 82, no thanks.
He was an NFL head coach for, I think like 7, 8, 9, if not 10 years. Had success with Houston. He coached Prime in Atlanta. Did HBO inside the NFL for a long time. And you had Glanville on one side. I think Collinsworth. Was Len Dawson still hosting, and Dan Marino. I don't know if Len Dawson was still the host at that point, but I remember the other three. And it's not like he would need the money. I don't know his situation. It's not like Keith Richards needs the money either.
It's the passion, it's the joy, it's the drive, it's the feeling of accomplishment, it's the feeling of worth. It's you don't ever want to be your job though, as far as you don't want that to be what brings you the happiness or that it's far. But I think some people do. I think there's a lot of football coaches that they don't know anything else but ball, and so that's kind of their identity is, and that's okay because being a football coach, being a coach to and a mentor to these young kids is a calling, and it's pretty cool. I don't know if being lead guitarist for the Rolling Stones was his calling, but he sure did do it right.
It becomes a lifestyle.
Yeah.
At that point. How do you retire from a lifestyle?
you like sparkling water. He's got accustomed to a way of life that he doesn't want to let go of. It makes and then what's cool about, so if the running story was, would you rather be an athlete, an actor, or a musician? What would you want to be? And most people say an actor, and then I think most people other than that say a musician. Because you can do it. And an athlete, the window's 10 years, Matt. You don't have a big window. You can be an actor, you can be a musician for 60, 70 years.
And then there's my dad at 77, and he has scheduled a knee replacement surgery for February so that he is ready for baseball season next summer to continue pitching. And at that point, he's going to be 78 years old. And I continue to tell him this is a lifestyle thing for him because he will give up baseball over his cold, dead body. But at some point, he won't be able to pitch, and he'll still be alive. And it's like you got to make fun of sometimes. This is not really pitching. What you're doing is more controlled falling. And you're good at it. You know how to control your own gravity to a point where you can put your leg in front of the other and still throw a ball 60 feet. And accurately, too.
Hey, that's cool. You got deer hunters. You got people that like to hunt as they get older. They go fish. That's pretty cool. That it's good for exercising. It's good to keep your heart moving. It's good to stay in shape. Nothing wrong with that.
One way to make sure that you continue to stay happy too, as long as you're married. This is one reason why my dad continues to be, happily married. What's the phrase? Happy wife, happy life. Swift's Jewelry is going to help you out with that.
Hey,
like I bring it all
professional
back.
Right there, professional.
That's marketing for you guys in the back here at Swift's Jewelry.
Nice.
Some good marketing too. Pete in Tawnytown has figured halftime out on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline, which is 877-377-6963. This is a quote. Leave it up to halftime to bring the morbid, will I work until I die thoughts today.
Nice.
I think he's figured us out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there is a bet. There is a bet going on, and we can't disclose all the details, but I'm going to win.
Only one of us can win the bet.
That's right. Well, let's just say we won't be getting on the same airplane together. How about that?
There's no push in this bet.
Mm-mm.
The only way you can push is if somehow you do the Thomas Jefferson John Adams thing. And I'll leave it at that. 877-377-6963, Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Stay with us. Halftime returns, morbid or not, right after this.
You think you can dress up like me and be a rock star? No, sir. No, sir. You have no idea what it takes.
This is Halftime. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas. More than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Did we invent crispy chicken? Nah. We just put it where it belongs, inside burritos and tacos, obviously. Extra saucy. 2 strips, huh? Look at that. Overachieving? Sure. Did you ask for it? No, but we did it anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell. A brand new classic. You're welcome.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's, where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
And the flowers in their gloom have just refused to bloom, 'cause we all want you back, you see, naturally.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
We're live at Swift's Jewelry on the Town Square in Fayetteville. Come out and see us. Or you can even wait until 5 o'clock today for their inaugural men's night. Going to be giving 10% off every purchase. Personal shoppers inside the store. And complimentary bourbon tasting. They also have scotch on hand, which I'm told is being delivered later on in the afternoon.
It's smart to wait till I leave before they bring that there. I see now what's going on.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
they have the hot spiced apple cider and cookies out for you and me. 877-377-6963 to get with us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. You remember when Dusty Baker managed the Washington Nationals and he was the oldest manager in the game? The Nationals are going as young as it gets now.
31, huh? Reggie Miller.
Well, so they hired a 33-year-old manager in Blake Butera. The president of baseball operations, a gentleman named Paul Toboni, is 35 years old. And now they've hired a new general manager whose name is Anirudh Kilami. He was working for the Philadelphia Phillies. He is 31. You're right. 31-year-old general manager? And so I keep thinking of the term general manager, Matt, for college football, and I don't think that it means the same thing place to place. Like Geiska Crowley, who will be the GM of Arkansas football, I think you can call it what you want, but I think he's more of a player personnel director. A general manager for a baseball team is supposed to be, now I wouldn't put him as the most powerful, because a vice president of baseball operations would usually have more power there. It's just usually that's the same person. So they get their own vice president of baseball ops, but a 31-year-old GM is just I don't know what the ages of these players are. That's kind of shocking to see. Tony Vitello, I thought, he's hired young without any major league experience, but here's a guy that's never played the game. It's a different role as a general manager now. Used to be, if every general manager had been a player. That's a long time gone. Some of them are. He's a numbers cruncher, and the numbers he's crunching are stats and dollar figures. And I guess you just got to throw away because the ability to crunch those numbers doesn't really have much to do with your age.
I wonder what the success is as far as in baseball. You have the teams that just spend the most money, and they have 7 of the 8 teams that spent the most money made the playoffs. But then where does it? There has to be a line somewhere that says, okay, this is a good thing, and then it's like this is a bad thing. How do you have so many people that aren't baseball people? And I use that term loosely. I just mean like you don't even know who Ricky Henderson is, and you have a sports show. How are you a GM and don't have a clue? Like it's just a weird concept with you're a code writer, you're a number you're just on it's a whole different wing over there. It's just I still can't get my mind around it.
It puts so much of an onus.
And how much value do they get to say on who the player? Like I want a guy that's played the game, can evaluate talent, can understand, look guys in the eyes, you talk to him, not a guy that just says, oh, well, this on number, this is the guy we should take. It's like you've never played the game before.
Well, and it's so much different from even if you're just – like Major League Baseball centralizes a lot of the scouting video. In fact, in the minors, all of the video is going to be centrally located. And, I think a lot of that is to save dollars so that they're not sending scouts to go – these guys live on the road. A lot of college basketball coaches, college football coaches live on the road because they're always recruiting. I mean, I've heard baseball coaches say they've done 6 weeks on the road when the season's over. Literally 6 weeks on the road to save money. You centrally, locate the video and then you scout off a video, but you don't get a lot. You don't get the things off video that you would get being in person. You really don't. And
the sound of the bat, the sound of the ball, the glove, the little things you see, how they go about it, how they interact with their teammates, and it's like the whole thing. It's like, hey, 4th and 1, you always go for it. Not if Aaron Donald's the defensive tackle. You're telling me these numbers, but who's the D tackle? That's how you go for it a little bit more. Not that, oh yeah, we're gonna go for it. It always says go for it on 4th and 1. No, it doesn't.
Well. Because you got to have some context with this situation.
Exactly.
And that's where the people with experience come in.
You got to have to. I'm not saying don't. I think every tool is useful. I'm not saying that, but yes, there has to be a mix, and I don't know where it is. But should there be? Are we putting 50% of it on these people now? Or are you putting 12%?
And all of these people started somewhere, and they start as analysts, low-level analysts in a lot of places, and. Look, I remember traveling with minor league baseball teams, and you would have a manager, a pitching coach, a hitting coach, and an athletic trainer. There was 4. And now minor league baseball teams sometimes travel with 10 or 11, and that's still a really small organization. You think of, to take this over to Arkansas football for a moment, the ballooning, the inflation of the number of staff members and what their roles are. So much of it is to watch video. I think in some cases it's to crunch numbers, related to whatever philosophy your coordinators are, and that kind of thing. And you would like to think that all of them did play, that they have a close connection to the sport. And I think with Ryan Silverfield, he didn't play college football, but I think that was more of a physical limitation, and so he went right into coaching immediately in college. It's just this 31-year-old guy. If this was 20 years ago, there's no way that something like that happens, that somebody of that age gets a job of that stature. When Theo Epstein did. Epstein was like one of the first to be a wonderkind general manager. I think, what was he, 34, 35 years old? And that felt like it was way out of left field. This feels like it's out of left field too, but not as much. And
we were talking about Oklahoma City yesterday, and this is the stat that I heard that blew my mind. There's 15 guys on the Oklahoma – well, there's 12 is on the NBA roster, but every single one of them has their own personal trainer that's associated with the team. So every one of them has a massage therapist guy, a nutritionist. Like they have their own. It used to, when you were basketball, you might have two. You'd have two trainers that kind of do everybody. Now they all have, so it's all individually sourced.
That's, you get your own individual brand.
They've lost 2 games this year, but 2, by the way.
Well,
yeah. It helps when you have SGA and you have Chet Holmgren and, have Jalen Williams. When you have good players, I've always had coaches tell me that. It's like, whenever I have really good players, people think I'm a better coach. It's like, yeah, duh.
Well, and I don't pay very close attention, so I got to look at their record here. 24-2. 24.
I was looking. The only reason I know is because yesterday I was looking up tickets over the next couple weeks to see if there's a game in Oklahoma City I was going to go to, and I couldn't find one in the next couple weeks. So I'll do it again here in a couple weeks.
I was hoping that the Bulls or the Blackhawks would be in Chicago when I took the kids, but no, we'll miss a Blackhawk game by half a day. Bulls would have been fun, but there's a Chicago Sports Museum.
Oh,
that'd be worth going to see.
Yes, I love museums. Denver has a couple good museums. The Negro Museum in Hot Springs, I went to that.
In Kansas City.
No, the one you do.
Oh yeah, the Hot Springs baseball trail.
Mm-hmm.
You ever go to Kansas City, you got to see the Negro Leagues Museum.
Yeah, I just love the history of it. Like I love to hear the stories and see just the time period and how everything was, but. Chicago, I've been to one of the first times when I was this 20 years ago going to a museum in Chicago, and they're like, this is the suggested amount you pay us to go in. I was like, what's that mean? So they're like, you don't have to pay us anything, but this is what we say you should pay us to go in. I was like, well, we're going to do a 2-for-1 today. So
like those, remember the honor system of some of those, you buy candy, and it was in an office situation. I saw this with my mom in her CPA office when I first saw it. I was like, well, hold on a minute. They got all this candy right here. You're supposed to put 50 cents in the till, but it's all in the honor system.
There's the Eagle Crest. Everybody that's listening right now that's played Eagle Crest in Alma, they know exactly what hole I'm talking about. I think it's hole 6 or 7, but you go down it's about to play a par 5, and there's a person's house that has like a trick-or-treat bowl out, and it has golf balls in it. And it's like, take a golf ball, put $1 in the thing. Same thing, and so you wonder how long. It's kind of like you have to have a little faith in humanity, right?
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Oh, honor system for Halloween candy. Only take one. You've seen that before? You think, well, I mean, everybody's got a Ring camera now, so what are they going to do? Prosecute you for taking 2 Kit Kats? I think of this when I'm walking around airports now, because you go to the Razorback basketball game, and there's no cashier. I mean, you don't actually.
That's weird.
It's
huh?
not handing money over to anybody, and
you
you're
put
not,
it right there. On
you're not tapping on, and nobody's there to actually monitor over. I think there's somebody that's hanging out in the background that's sort of watching.
That opens your beverage for you.
Well, they're like the pit boss.
Mm-hmm.
They're the pit boss of the concession stand, making sure you don't walk away with something you're not supposed to. But you see the same thing at airports with just like the snack kiosks. Not the walk-in stores, but the snack kiosks. They have the same thing. You just put your bag of peanuts there and your $8 sparkling water and your $30 neck pillow, and it knows what's there. But then there's nobody watching either. I mean, I'm just looking at one of these. Like, there is 50 pounds of peanuts over here that I could just walk away with, and nobody's going to do a thing about it. But you know what happens if you take that away and you walk with it about 20 feet? All of a sudden, the bells and whistles are going to spur off from everybody, and they're going to think that you made a bomb threat at the airport.
Oh, so there'll be plenty of times where you leave a restaurant, and maybe I say plenty of times, but when you get up, and so sometimes they want you to pay at the thing, but sometimes if you leave cash, you just leave it on the table. And so, whoever you're with, 2, 3, 4 people, whatever, is like, here's the money for the check. And you get up and leave, and then they chase you out. They're like, hey, you got to pay. No, it's on the table. It's on. Oh, okay. We're just making sure.
Now we all Venmo each other. It's like, well,
I don't Venmo.
Matt does not do Venmo.
I don't have anything like that. I have 0 social media.
It makes things so easy. And all Venmo is just
I'm like
social
Randy
media
Moss.
For money that you spend.
Straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie.
So that you're not, no John Mateer.
Don't have a credit card. I got a $20 bill.
You're always off the grid of somebody that I know, but you're still a little tiny.
I have
bit
to
on
work.
the grid.
I have to work. But other than that, I'm getting to a spot where I'm going to get rid of my cell phone completely and just use somebody else's. If you want to get a hold of me, just holler at them.
I've seen some people that operate like that.
Yeah, I don't need a cell phone.
They just have to ask people for the niceties of their. I went to get blood drawn the other day. everybody gets a nice little view into my life here. I get blood drawn the other day. There's a nice lady that's using a walker that had to ask a couple of people. I was ready to hand her my cell phone. The first gentleman, she asked, he says, I only got 1% left, so can't use it. The next thing you know, the woman across says, you can use this.
I like it when you lie to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I was ready to offer, and I'm glad I didn't, because this woman took the other woman's cell phone and proceeded to have a 10-minute speaker-only conversation with a transportation service to get picked up. And it literally took 10 minutes. It's a loud conversation in a waiting room with maybe 15 people. And I wasn't feeling great that day. I mean, I'm getting blood drawn, so
just mentally, just a little, I got you. Yeah.
You know how I need to sleep with something in my mouth so I don't grind my teeth? I needed it when I was awake at that moment, too. I found a way to make it through the day.
Not worried about microplastics at all. That's not the. That's not.
It's either going to be little pieces of my teeth or little pieces of plastic.
I'm like, that's not going to be the thing that gets me.
No, it's not. 877-377-6963 for our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. We're live at Swift's Jewelry, and we talk with Rosalie in just a moment. Stay with us.
This place or what?
This is halftime.
Winter has arrived, bringing frothy mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Hey, Todd Richardson from the Morning Rush, and I want to tell you what Linda, Joe, and their team are doing at Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant. Daily lunch specials come with a side and a roll, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3, just $9.99 each. Mondays is Mimi's Meatloaf. Tuesday is 3 chicken dinners. Wednesday is chicken fried steak. Thursday, Garrison Swiss chicken. And Friday, a Whippoorwill burger. 509 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant. Timeless Southern home cooking.
If you're planning a holiday party, let River Point Wine and Spirits help. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
I want to ride my bicycle. Looking for a new ride or need a tune-up? Champion Cycling in Fort Smith has you covered. From top-of-the-line bikes like Specialized and Surly to expert repairs, apparel, and accessories, we've got everything you need to hit the trails. Stop by 5500 Mazard Road during business hours or shop anytime online at championcycling.com. Champion Cycling, helping you share in the joy of cycling.
This is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson. During the Christmas season, I would like to take a moment to say thank you for your continued support and kindness. Because of you, I get to continue my service to the residents of Sebastian County. Always remember that the greatest gift is the one we share with each other. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
This ad sponsored by Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Merry Christmas from Harry Robinson, Saddlesaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesaw. The holiday relief cash is back, $1,500 in cash back here at the holidays. Of course, it's good on every pre-owned, but also want to make sure it's clear, every new Ford as well.
Yes, every new and pre-owned vehicle, and even those manager specials that we've got parked there up front that have thousands and thousands of dollars of savings on a pre-owned vehicle. And right now, you know, we've got to get rid of these 25s that we've got out here on the lot to make room for these 26s coming in. So I'm telling you, no reasonable offer will be be denied. Come and see us. We want to make sure you get the best deal on your new or pre-owned vehicle. Let us get you taken care of. Let us save you some money and get you that holiday relief.
And if you're a business owner looking for that last-minute deduction, that business expense you need, you've got vehicles that qualify.
Yes, 100%. We have multiple vehicles out here that will qualify for that. So come and see us at Harry Robinson Salisal Ford. Let us save you some money. Let us get you your holiday relief, and let us make it happen.
1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal and online at harryrobinson.com.
We've had some fun. Yes, we've had our ups and downs. Been down that rocky road, but here we are still around. We thought about someone else, but neither one took the bait. We thought about breaking up. Now we know it's much too late. We are bound by all of it. Like the same now, all the same friends, the same agenda.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Rosalie is here with us from the staff at Swift's Jewelry. It is men's night tonight, the inaugural men's night, from 5 until 7 o'clock. Get 10% off any of your purchases. You've brought over the bourbon that they're going to be tasting too. Look at that.
Yes.
And this is sipping bourbon. This is the
Bourbon.
good. This is almost 122 proof.
Yeah.
So sip and sip carefully while you are inside here. You got to be excited about this tonight.
I am excited about it. It's our first annual men's night, so
It'll be
first time.
It'll be a blowout, so there definitely be
will.
a second annual too.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about now. Another thing to ask about are these pocket knives.
Yes.
Which it's not just any pocket knife here. What do you have?
No, these are from Santa Fe Stoneworks, and they are made with mammoth tooth. They're inlaid with that with
real
pearl.
mammoth tooth.
Yes.
Been looking for
yeah,
that.
and Damascus steel, and they have like a clip on the back for them. Yeah, so they're all handmade, and they're from New Mexico.
We have a whole collection of this.
Santa Fe. Yes, we have a whole collection. This is just one of them, but we have a bunch of different ones that are really nice and different inlays in them.
But when you walk in here,
So-
the first thing you're thinking of is jewelry, and you're
Well,
thinking
yeah.
of jewelry for somebody that you love, probably
Yeah.
not for yourself.
Yeah.
And they might be a little bit intimidated. You must love to see the look in a man's face when he comes in here and he's automatically intimidated, because Rosalie, immediately you will disarm that person and you will help them find the perfect gift.
The perfect gift every time.
See, Matt's all
Yes.
happy about this.
He's
too.
all
He's
happy
even been
about
looking
it?
around.
Yeah.
He's even been looking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
What
do it.
to what to show off? You want to show off the stuff that's behind us here, the stuff that I've been helping out with, handing over every once in a while.
There's a gorgeous necklace in the window,
In
actually.
the window up here. Do you set up the windows?
I do set up the windows. Yes.
That's a fun job, isn't it?
It is a fun job.
You remember the movie Mannequin?
Yeah.
From the 80s?
I do.
Of course.
Hey, I'm an 80s girl, so yeah.
Well, so did you learn how to set up a jewelry store window from watching Mannequin?
No.
No, of course not. What's in the window over there?
There is a beautiful diamond necklace, lariat diamond necklace in the
Oh.
window. You have to stop by when men's night.
It's
you'll
gonna
see it.
it's gonna catch
gorgeous.
somebody's eye the moment they walk by the
gosh.
store.
You'll make your person so happy if you got her that.
But then the moment you walk
gorgeous.
in the store, you'll see the two jewelry
Yeah.
cases to the right and the left,
Mhm.
and then this is like a shotgun room. It's a long room. Smiling faces over at the counter when you walk over there. What's your
Mhm.
favorite thing? What's your favorite kind of jewelry?
Diamonds.
A girl's best
course.
friend, right? I felt like I asked a stupid question, baby.
Come on. Diamonds are amazing.
Is that why you got into jewelry?
I've been in sales for years, and I just, who doesn't love jewelry?
I bet you
girls
sell a
love
lot.
diamonds.
I bet you sell a lot of diamonds tonight.
We do.
That's what
Yeah,
you're
we're gonna.
thinking of with first.
That's what we're thinking. We have lots of them in the case just for you. Yep.
So it's 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
There's going to be a line out here, so probably
Hope
just
so.
get yourself a drink. Maybe at the
Yeah, you're gonna have some nice bourbon to taste, and we have Wright's barbecue coming tonight. Yeah,
This bourbon, what's that called?
goes with it, right?
Larceny.
Barbecue goes with bourbon.
121, age 6 years. Get out of town, man.
This is our giveaway. We're giving this away.
That's actually one of the prizes.
Yes.
How cool.
This is one of the prizes.
And so you mean the knife is a prize as well? I knew we had prizes. I didn't know they were like actually big time prizes like that.
You come in and with purchase, we could put you in a hat, and we'll we're gonna call you tonight and see who wins.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but in order to register, you make a purchase.
Yeah, for these. Now, for just coming for the night, we have some $50 gift cards, and that's from Southtown Sporting Goods.
Awesome. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah. it's
Rosalie,
gonna be great.
thanks for coming over and talking with us.
Sure.
We always love coming over to Swift's. You guys are outstanding.
Yeah.
No, it's the truth. It's the absolute truth.
Is that the truth?
I don't know if you bought what I was selling there. I'll buy what you're selling.
Yeah. No, we're a family-owned business, and we just love being here. And thanks for you guys being here.
Join us for hour number 3. We'll have Brett Dolan coming up about 20 minutes. Our Lewis Automotive Group hotline open, 877-377-6963. And we are right back.
See dealer for details. At Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren, there's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Rhodes, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Rhodes way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Rhodes way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
The countdown to Christmas sale going on now at Jelco Outdoors. For the fishermen on your shopping list, save 25% off on fishing, clothing, and rain gear by AFCO, Carhartt, DSX, Grundens, Frog Dogs, and Under Armour. Mossy Oak long sleeve performance shirts, now only $19.99. Select rod and reel combos, 25% off. Save $25 off fishing footwear by Grundens, Under Armour, Extra Tough, and more. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
This holiday season, give yourself the gift of stress-free internet. Wave Rural Connect brings you our 300 internet with Wi-Fi, perfect for streaming, remote work, and holiday guests. No data limits, built-in cybersecurity, and easy control with our free Wave Connect app. All for just $71.95 a month. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372 today. Wave Rural Connect, internet that works when you need it most.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see a little bit of wet weather to start the day, then an increase in the sunshine, our high in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Mainly clear sky tonight, and overnight low in the upper 20s to low 30s. And then Friday, a bounty of sunshine, a high will be into the low 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Colorworks. Whether it's the weather or just life, call Andy at Colorworks Paint and Body for all your auto body repairs. Big or small, old or new, they are the choice for auto body repair. KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect it.
Live from the Busch Light Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Bill said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. My hot dog. Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback? It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Moving on, 101 in the afternoon. Halftime continues on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. Phil Elson along with Matt Jones. Kristen Johnston back in the studios. We are live at Swift's Jewelry on the town square in Fayetteville. Got another hour here. And, hey, we got to look at that bourbon that Rosalie had over here. I didn't realize that was one of the prizes.
121 proof.
Yeah, that's the definition of sipping whiskey, right?
Oh my goodness.
They know how to loosen you up.
I'll be buying. I'll be like, yeah, let's take 3 of those, 4 of these, and a ride home.
It's like you're in a donut shop or something, right? a couple of those things. Why not? We've got Brett Dolan coming up in about 15 minutes. I was talking with Brett before yesterday's game. He had quite the trip. He went to the Army-Navy game.
Yeah.
First ever game I think it's the first time he visited an Army-Navy game. And then went to see a Maryland basketball game. And then because his flight got delayed because it was snowing out there and he didn't have anything else to do, and this is in very special territory. It tells you about Brett, who is always up for a game. He said he had like 3 or 4 hours, so he drove to Annapolis and bought a ticket, spent $10 on watching Navy women's basketball against some Division III school, because he'd never been to the Navy basketball building and figured now is the time to do it. And the great part about it is because, Brett calls games on touchdown radio and it's got all kinds of contacts throughout the sports world. He gets a credential and a parking pass for the Army-Navy game. He got a credential for the Maryland basketball game, but he paid $10 to get in to Navy women's basketball against a Division III opponent.
Well, Brett's a stand-up dude. I don't know that. I think you when we were talking about having faith in humanity, he would be one of the guys that I would say I have faith in humanity because of him. He's a good dude. He wouldn't take all the candy out of the candy tray without putting. He would do the right thing.
And because he keeps himself fit in the right way, he would do that partially out of just doing the right thing, and partially because you don't eat one candy bar.
That's right.
I'm going to. We had a couple of folks text in. Now I know the name. I don't really know much about him, but Greg Biffle, who was a successful NASCAR driver, died in a plane crash today. Which Greg in Fort Smith, Cody had texted in about that, and I'd seen just a little bit of news about it. I think it's his own plane, and crashed and. It looks like he's passed away from that. So I don't know if you'd known about this, but now you get the information as far as that is concerned. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Oh, yeah, I meant to bring this up with you a couple of days ago, Matt. You've been on team flights before and in a locker room and everything, and so have I, but I'm not part of the team. I'm not one of the players. I'm not an athlete. And in a lot of cases, just even like with Arkansas, I'm not an employee of the university either. So you're sort of, in your own, category. But you also know there are some things, most things about being in a locker room or on a team charter or around the team that you just can't detail.
It's a sanctuary.
You see.
That's right.
So there's a story from the Tennessee Titans plane. Where now Tennessee's not any good this year, but I think it was last week they defeated the Cleveland Browns, And Cam Ward is funny to listen to after some of their games. Even after wins, he's not really very impressed by his team. I think earlier this year, didn't Cam Ward refer to his team as straight ass? Pretty sure he did. Anyway, so they beat Cleveland, and Ward still has critical comments about his own team and was sour after the win, even in his post-game comments. So then there's something that happens on the team plane, and it wasn't anything controversial. And the reporter who shares this story, the story is one of the defensive end for the Titans, his name's Arden Key, grabs the plane intercom system and jokes through the intercom to everybody else on the team that it's okay to enjoy the win, sort of poking fun at Cam Ward and his sour mood. So this sideline reporter who hosts a talk show with Ramon Foster in Nashville named Will Bowling, he's the sideline radio reporter for the Titans. He shared that story on his show, and it got him banned from Titans team flights. He hasn't been fired from his job, but he's not allowed on the team flights anymore.
Usually there's a protocol, there's a meeting somewhere along the way, and it's kind of unspoken for the most part, but then you have to have it's like, look, I remember the thing when players were live streaming of something after the game. It's like, no, like there has to be, and I think Bubba even said something about the last year in the College World Series when the guys were in the dugout and they kept showing to him crying. It's
he
doesn't like that. I don't either. Like when they're out there on the field, stuff that happens in the locker room should always be held internally. You don't bring stuff up like that. So I'm pro player when it comes to stuff like unless you have permission, unless you get consent. Whatever, the stuff that happens, it's nobody's business what happens on a team plane, at a team meeting, in your locker room. That's stuff for the guys that are it's 53 men coming together for a common purpose. And yes, when you ask them how good are the Titans, all you do is see a picture of Kim Kardashian's ass. That's what they say because they're straight ass. We get that. But you don't get to come out and say things that's just it's totally against everything that how I've been raised. I guess I'm a little more old school that way, but you just don't. Stuff that happens in the locker room is for the people in the locker room.
But I don't think that's old school anymore. I think that's still the way that it's viewed.
It should be.
I think that's the way it's viewed now. So was I wrong? This would have been a couple seasons ago with Arkansas baseball. On the team flight, there was they had to take some of the baseball equipment out of the belly of the plane and put it in seats, so that the flight was balanced out properly. Yeah. And I've told you about some of the stuff that not happened on the flights, but us being late, this and that, easy breezy and all that. Am I wrong for sharing anything of that nature from the team flight?
You didn't say anything personal. This is something personal. This is something a guy gets on the thing. These are comments. He knew exactly what he was doing. Saying that the plane got delayed 2 hours, that's not a big deal. No, I don't think so. I don't think you've overstepped your boundary when in the stories that you've said.
But if there were moments of where you see disagreements between teammates, moments between coaches and players, or something untoward that might have happened on a team bus or a flight or in the locker room, that's where you got to be absolutely silent about it. And that even goes to the idea of disagreements of strategy and how I'm being used as an athlete.
It's what does the Godfather say? Don't ever go against the family. That's what it feels like. Hey, you're a family, and we can fight amongst each other. We can love amongst each other. We can whatever you want to do. That's us. But it's nobody else's business, and you don't go out and tell other people your family's business. So I do think there should be something to. I agree with the Tennessee Titans not allowing that guy on another play. I wouldn't let him on around the team either.
Well, he released a lengthy apology on his show. And it's just got to be embarrassing for him, too, because now when you're on the sideline, because he's on that sideline with that team, and it's not like they're paying attention to him, but they know what happened there.
Nobody will talk to that reporter. And they did a thing on this in Ted Lasso that there's one of the head guys come out there and says nobody talks when this guy's around. That happens. Yeah. That's a real thing. Nobody gives that guy any information because he's been, blackball or shunned, whatever you want to say.
That eventually gets into your job as a sideline reporter.
Yeah.
It starts with not being allowed on the flight, but it's bigger than that.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder as a sideline reporter, because I've only done that for a couple of high school championship games. Like for everything that Holly Rowe tells you, how much does she hold back from what she might have heard on the sideline? I mean, she's good. Those people have to be so good at knowing what you can say, what you can't, aside from also asking the proper question at the proper time.
And sometimes, man, the last thing you want to do in the middle of a football game is go talk to a reporter.
And now you got to.
In the middle of a game. You're just like, hey, we're focused on something else. I don't want to be focused on having to be politically correct or say the right thing. And then again, it's like, whenever you are talking, can you start talking about coverage? And then let's say somebody else is watching the tape and they're like, hey, they're playing a lot of cover 2 on third down. It's like, can you say stuff like that, and then can that get back to the other team? And they would know it, but then all of a sudden they know how to dissect you.
I wonder if there's also a statute of limitations as to clubhouse, airplane, bus stories.
Yeah, 20 years.
That's about right. So it's okay.
Unless you're Jose Canseco.
I've told the two ones that stand out to me, and I've told you one story of a top prospect and some middling first baseman on the Travelers bus that got into a fight because they were drunk, and I'm the one in the middle between them. But I wasn't telling that story that year on the air or 5 years after that. I was silent about that until we started this radio show. The other one is, if you ever read, it's a book by Jeff Pearlman, who wrote about the 86 Mets. It's called The Bad Guys Won. And the book starts with the scene on the team plane after they beat the Astros to go to the World Series. They won the National League, beating the Astros in an amazing, pretty sure it was a 7-game series. And this is Strawberry, Gooden, Dykstra, Keith Hernandez, just the whole crew. They destroyed the inside of this plane. And I just wonder, how long was that story of what happened on that plane kept amongst the people on that plane before it got out to Jeff Pearlman and published for the entire world?
And for right or for wrong, I think the thing that we'll just go just recent events. What just happened in Ann Arbor? Everybody said it was the most talked about secret, so to speak. Nobody was talking about it, but we all knew that he had a friend. And so it's, I sometimes you think you're being slick, and I don't think you are. But that comes back to, they're not going to talk about it because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to keep quiet.
Keep your blinders on. Do your job. That's it.
Even if it's right or wrong, because we all know that that's not right. But nobody's gonna come out and talk about it.
877-377-6963 if you want to text or call about anything we just hit on. Remember Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Crabtree RV, helping all of our listeners when you're thinking about adventures for the family over the spring and the summer, and you got an RV in the back of your mind. They've got exactly what you want on the lot at Crabtree RV, where they've been doing it for 75 years and counting. At the junction of I-40 and I-49, and online at crabtreerv.com. Brett Dolan joins the show in just a moment. Stay with Halftime.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Did we invent crispy chicken? Nah. We just put it where it belongs, inside burritos and tacos, obviously. Extra saucy. 2 strips, huh? Look at that. Overachieving? Sure. Did you ask for it? No, but we did it anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. You're welcome.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Just my pay today got me a pocket full of change. I just got paid today, got me a pocket full of change. If you believe like working hard all day, don't step on my shoes and take my place.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
On our Lewis Automotive Hotline right now, Brett Dolan, Touchdown Radio, Razorback Sports, Perfect Game, MLB, and basketball traveler extraordinaire too, Brett. Army, Navy, that's one thing. Maryland basketball is another. Who was the Division III team you saw Navy women's basketball beat?
I better get this right because I sat through about 2 hours of it. I think Christopher Newport, if I'm not mistaken. And surprisingly, they were not near as good as the Michigan Wolverines men's team I saw the night prior. But it was fun nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, you were telling me and Zim about Michigan. You think they're on a whole other level than just about anybody else right now?
I do. And maybe Arizona's there too. I mean, they went into Birmingham and hammered Alabama the other day by a high number. Michigan comes on the court, they look like an NBA team. They've got a 7-3 player, they got a 6'10 transfer, they shoot 50+%. I think they shot 60% against Maryland. It is breathtaking at times. And our basketball team has been playing really well, and you can see a bright future ahead. I still feel like there's another tier for Arkansas to attain before they get to where Michigan is. They have time, but it's kind of a reminder of kind of where Houston and Florida and some of those teams were last year. I think Michigan's every bit in that spot this year.
Where's the room for improvement for Arkansas basketball? Where do you think?
I just want to see it on a regular basis. We know how important Trevitt is when he's good, and my goodness, has he been fantastic. You know, he had a game like at Little Rock or some of the other games where maybe his impact isn't as great, and not surprisingly, the team doesn't play collectively as well. So I think that's one area. Acuff has been really consistent. We saw Malik have an off shooting night the other day, but and that will happen, ups and downs and whatnot. I still think a little better defensive effort, a little more consistency, and it has the possibility of being there. This weekend's going to be interesting, though, because Houston is such a physical team, and I think they intentionally recruit players who can't shoot because they work harder and they defend better. So we'll see what Arkansas's offense looks like. It'd be a really nice win if they could get Houston. It certainly wouldn't be the end of the world if they don't.
Yeah, you sound like you just saw Maryland Terps play a basketball game, because that was the old coach that was at A&M. He recruited guys that couldn't shoot because they could do other things well. That's funny.
I think you're onto something. Although, when I found out when I was at Maryland, they got the 5-star that Arkansas was recruiting, Baba, and that had just happened a couple of days ago, and he was from that area. So maybe Buzz is trying to get a higher caliber of player to go along with what he likes to do defensively.
Was that your first Army-Navy game?
It was, and I hope I get a chance to go back some other time. I don't know if I will, Phil. Normally we're playing basketball that weekend, if not the men, certainly the women. It just happened that both of our teams were gone, so it provided me an opportunity to go. And, I love college football because of tradition and pageantry, and I hope that never goes away in our sport. I feel like we're trying to chip at it a little bit and knock some of that away, but it doesn't go away with that game. And we had a pretty nice day in Baltimore, the spectacle, the march on of Army and Navy, and the flyovers, and the administration was there, and then, of course, a really competitive game. So I had a great time taking that in.
Hey, Missouri's quarterback that transferred from Penn State last year, Prebola, is jumping into the transfer portal. Can you blame him? And if you had a kid that was a quarterback somewhere, would you not say, yes, get into the portal just to see what's out there? Can you blame these kids for going into the portal and testing the waters?
I think you're onto something, Matt. I don't think you can blame them. I think because there's only one quarterback that can play at a time, and the dollars are so absurd that even if you're in a good situation, and this is what I fight as an old guy, you're in a good situation, you're making some money, but maybe there's more money and a little better situation someplace else. I guess you find out, and then this is where the coaches keep screaming about whether it's tampering or just the agents getting involved. Can we one-up your offer? Can we make it a little bit better? And you don't know unless you're sort of out there with an agent or in the portal. So I can't blame them. I wish there was a better system.
More pressure on the Bulls too.
Well, that's two in a row, yeah. And then hey, Friday night it's Alabama Oklahoma. I have Alabama over Oklahoma. Give me a case for both teams. Oklahoma wins if they do what? Alabama wins if they do what?
I think I'm with you, Matt. I think I'm going Alabama. And I don't know if it's anything more than I can't imagine Alabama losing 3 times to one team in 2 years, which would be the case. Obviously, Ty Simpson and Alabama's offense has not been as good in the last quarter of the year as it was in the middle of the year when they won those 4 straight games. He's not as accurate. He's faced more pressure. No team gave him more pressure, it felt like, than Oklahoma, and they're getting one of their best rushers back. And they're playing at home, and this was the team that won in Tuscaloosa earlier this year. The one thing I think, though, Matt, is that Alabama still outgained Oklahoma by about 200 yards in that game and still lost. It was an 87-yard pick six. It was 3 turnovers in general. Obviously, if they're clean, I think they got a better chance of beating Oklahoma. It's not going to be a high-scoring game, but I don't think if it comes to a shootout that Oklahoma has the offense to do so. I think Alabama could summon that if they find a way to avoid not only the stupid turnovers, but 4 or 5 sacks, which is what took place in Tuscaloosa.
Well, one of the big coaching hires that I think is big time for Indiana is their offensive coordinator. We know when teams win Super Bowls, when team wins championships, your best players, your OC and DCs, they get gobbled up. Indiana is able to keep Mike Shanahan signing another 3-year contract there with Indiana. I think that's just as good as a coaching hire, or you kind of got to recruit the same players to keep them in. Man, that's big time, I think, for Indiana.
I think it is. And, when we're talking about just continuity in any aspect of college football, it's so difficult right now. But I'm with you. When you have something good, and they found it quickly, the last thing you want to do is have to kind of rebuild, whether that's with completely different coaches. You understand you're probably going to have to get in the portal at some capacity. You can also start recruiting better kids coming out of high school and maybe compete with Penn State and Ohio State and Michigan. Certainly two of those three have had a lot of turmoil lately, and maybe you can start getting some of the kids that you never got before. It's hard to do that when you're changing coaches and coordinators on a somewhat regular basis.
So I'm looking at numbers here that I think mean something for the Miami-Texas A&M game. Miami was tied for 8th in the nation at protecting their quarterback. And I think if A&M doesn't get to Carson Beck, they're going to have a lot of trouble against that Miami offensive attack. And the Miami offensive line is really good. Bill King said on this, he thinks they may be the best offensive line of any of the ones that are playing in the first round. A&M could be, and I think A&M is going to win this game, but if they don't get to Carson Beck, they're not going to win.
I don't think they're going to win this game, and I feel weird going out on a limb and taking a couple of road teams in the two games this weekend that should be really competitive, whether that's Alabama winning at Norman or Miami winning at College Station. I felt like, and I'm not a gambler, guys, I felt like maybe the easiest pick in the last month was Texas defeating Texas A&M in that last weekend. A&M had just found a way and maybe overachieved at times, and they had faced a very weak SEC schedule, and to their credit, they won all of those games. It felt like they were due for a loss. Now, I guess, can they rebound? But I'm with you, Phil. I know Miami's line is good. Obviously, A&M has some playmakers. What would concern me if I was an Aggie is that when they faced even a decent offense, they've had some big-time games where they've given up yards and points, and one of those was here in town with Arkansas doing some damage. And obviously, Notre Dame did plenty in South Bend, just not enough to win. The one thing I can't figure out, guys, about Miami, and it's the same thing with Notre Dame, those two teams played exceptionally well in the last 5 weeks of the year. Are they playing well because they're a good team right now, or are they just taking advantage of the ACC that we can't quite comprehend living in the SEC or Big Ten world? But if Carson Beck has to play well, because the loss against Louisville was inexplicable. The loss against SMU was the one loss a year that Miami has when they make stupid penalties and do stupid things to allow SMU to extend a drive and score a field goal or a touchdown. I would still take Miami, and I'm going on the fact that I just think that A&M overachieved for a bulk of the year, but I don't think they're quite as good as their ranking, and I think Miami probably deserve to be an 11-1 team rather than a 10-2 team, but they'll have their chance if they can go on the road and win in College Station.
Malachi Toney from Miami and Concepcion for A&M. I think those are the two best receivers in this playoff that don't play for Ohio State. Let me say that, and then I know Alabama has an amazing receiver too. That's the matchup. I know they won't be on the field at the same time, but both those guys are first round picks, are going to play on Sunday. And I think you're right. If Miami can get a lead, then A&M's toast. But if A&M can get a lead and then all they're going to do is pin their ears back and rush the passer, then it might be tough. But, man, those two receivers, is there anybody else in these first four games that you got that you just can't wait to get your eyes on?
Well, I think you're on right with those receivers. I mean, obviously, Smith, you have to take him out of the equation because he would have been a first-round pick last year as a freshman. USC's not in the playoff. They have an incredible wide receiver who single-handedly won a couple of games. But those guys are good. Concepcion even got the All-American honors over my guy at Iowa for return guy, which was a complete joke. But my guy will probably win the Jet Award, Weegan. But it shows you just how dangerous Concepcion is, and I think you're probably onto something. A&M has to find a way maybe to combat the strength in the interior of Miami, and the way you do that is either a special teams play or you hit on a big explosive play. You take advantage of your skill, and A&M obviously should be favored. You play at home in front of 100,000+ fans, and you've had the season they have. I just think Miami's sitting in a pretty good spot with some of their athletes, whether it's their receivers or whatnot, or whether it's their line. And at some point, Carson Beck has started more games than any human in college football. I think he's in excess of 50 starts. At some point, that has to kick in, doesn't it? I mean, as far as the experience where all of that comes to a head when you have an opportunity to take your team to a road playoff victory with your experience, and we'll see. He always he rides that roller coaster a little bit too much for me, but I'd love to see him find a way to figure it out.
Hey, Brett, we're at Swift's Jewelry on the town square today. You got a men's night tonight, 5 until 7. If you're looking for a gift for anybody, well, they've got something here that's perfect for you. What's your comfort level walking into a jewelry store? I'm just wondering if you picture Brett walking in, got that kind of like smile on his face, like, what am I doing in here? What are you like in a jewelry store?
It would be, my uncomfortable level would be very high, and you've pegged that perfectly. Although I was in the car a few moments ago, and I heard you guys talking about bourbon or something, or that maybe that you had a little shot on hand. If that was the case, I think that would loosen me up fairly quickly.
That's exactly what I told Phil. I said, they're not bringing the bourbon or scotch out till we leave, because if they had that here, we'd be like, yeah, we'll take 2 of those and 3 of those over there.
It's the sugar trap for insects, Brett, but you're the insect.
Yep. Yeah, your rational decision-making would go down considerably after just imbibing just a bit in the bourbon.
Hey, Brett, we're off next week, okay? Always appreciate your time. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk again soon.
Happy holidays to you two guys as well.
Brett Dolan joining us on a Thursday here on Halftime, live at Swift's Jewelry on the Town Square in Fayetteville. We'll open up our Lewis Automotive Group hotline for you, 877-377-6963. Also remind you about the Fence Man. If you're looking for security fencing, powered automatic gates, heavy-duty security fencing, the Fence Man has you covered. They've had you covered for more than 40 years. Custom built to last, and free quotes plus financing for 18 months. Looking for security fencing? Nobody does it any better than the Fence Man. 479-782-3936 or thefencemanAR.com. It's the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. We'll be back in a moment on the home stretch of Halftime.
This is Halftime.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Less than 2 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts, Peter. I don't know what they're going to do. Down 3 and way out of field goal range. Truly an unlucky state to be in.
This state has plenty of luck. Last year, 8 Arkansans each won $1 million off a lottery ticket.
State as in a state of being, not...
Whoa, touchdown Razorbacks. This is winning, folks. Every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps fund college scholarships. You could be the next big winner. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
When you wake up in the morning and the light is virtual here, the first thing you do when you get up out of bed is hit that streets a running and try to beat the masses. Go get yourself some cheap sunglasses.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Walking in at Swift's Jewelry with an idea, walking out with a gift. Looked like somebody just walked out with a gift certificate from Swift's as well, which I know that they can write one out for you perfectly. Got the men's night tonight from 5 until 7. We'll be talking with Steve, the owner of the store, in the next segment. And I don't know, maybe get a little special on some of that bourbon potentially. Houston basketball Saturday match should be a really good game. I'll have a women's game earlier that afternoon against Stephen F. Austin. Should be able to make it home in time to maybe not for tip-off. I'll probably be listening to the first hour or so of the broadcast from it's the Prudential Center in Newark. I'd forgotten the name of it. Continental Airlines is no longer a thing. Houston right now features the third best defense statistically in the nation. Opponents score an average of 57.7 points against Houston. Shoot 37% from the field, 12th best in the nation. Their three-point defense is the 13th best in the nation at 27%. They will turn you over. They're not going to turn it over very much themselves. And maybe they can keep the game somehow into the 60s, which I think would be a pretty tough thing to do with this Arkansas team right now, the way that they've been scoring of late.
Yeah, it's going to be a different game. They play a different style. They're physical. It's almost like a football team out there, man. They're going to bump you. They're going to, whenever you go set a screen, and I'd use it like a free release as a receiver. They're not going to let you have free releases. They're going to kind of hit you. They're going to bump you. They're going to let you know you're there, and it kind of starts to wear down on you. So we'll see the last 8 minutes of the game. Are we hitting jump shots or are we short? You know, like that's one of those things. You have your legs, because it's going to be it's probably, I would put Houston as their physicality. Now, I'm not saying they're the same team as Michigan State, but that's the type of physicality you're going to have. You're going to have to match it. Or they'll kind of, and I wouldn't say they would run away from you. They're just going to break you down. They're just going to beat you up, and then it gets down to the last 4 or 6 minutes. Who looked tired last week? Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. They looked shot. They were only playing 6 guys. Are we going to look like that? Or are we going to be able to match their intensity in the entire game?
How many neutral site? This will be Arkansas's 3rd neutral site game. This will be Houston's 6th. 6 neutral site
I'm
games?
I'm a Coach Sampson fan. He recruited me when he was at Oklahoma, and so I've always been a Coach Sampson fan. And I go back to something you said about how's the baseball team going to be? Well, is DVH the coach?
Yeah.
How is any team Coach Sampson is a part of? How are they going to be? We know they're going to be good.
So looking at his record, he's got over 1,000 wins, 70% winning percentage in his career. And that's been at every stop except for Washington State. 72% wins at Oklahoma. Short time at Indiana, 74%. He's won almost 78.5% of his games as the Houston head coach. Wow. That's something else. And then, just all these neutral site games that they play in. They've played Auburn at Legacy Arena. I don't know where that is. They played Syracuse, Tennessee, and Notre Dame at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. I think that's the one in Vegas. They've played Florida State at the Toyota Center, which is essentially a home game. That's in Houston. And now the Razorbacks in the Prudential Center. All places that maybe not MGM Grand Garden, that you're going to be playing potentially in an NCAA game. Well, it shows you the ability to – Jesse thinks the Hogs will put up 82 to 86. Would that feel like a tall order? You score in the mid-80s against Houston, you're going to win. But I think you also got to be able to show that you can win the low-scoring games. You can win a game that maybe is a little bit out of your comfort zone, and this one will be out of their comfort zone on Saturday. But it will be a lot of fun to watch, and it should kind of get you ready for – well, I wonder how many teams you play in the SEC this year, Matt, are as good as Houston.
There'll be a different skill set. That's the thing that's going to happen as far as it'll be a matchup thing. It's going to be a little more grimy. They're going to kind of get after you. Maybe I know I said the joke, but they're gonna remind you a little bit of Texas A&M of what Buzz did when he was at A&M. You're going to have a couple guys that are going to shoot it a lot. They're going to try to get out in transition. They're going to try to make you be an athlete when they can get a long – we shoot a lot of threes. They can get long rebounds and go. They're going to try to get as many easy baskets as they can. It'll be another game where who shoots more free throws? How do the refs call the game? Do we stay aggressive? When they start beating you up a little bit, you know who I love? DJ Wagner, because he's just going to keep on going. Some of our freshman guards, when they start beating them up, do they get timid? Do they hold back? Do they just want to shoot three-pointers now? So it's going to be – we'll see how the game flows, but I wouldn't know where you would put – they're just – that's not the SEC ball for the most – SEC ball is athletes. They're getting up at, you think of Tennessee, you think of Florida, you think of Bruce Pearl. I know he's not at Auburn, but you think a little different style than what Houston's going to do.
I know Thomas hasn't had a shot the last couple of games. It'll come back eventually, and hopefully this next one it does. Acuff does not seem to be the kind of player that's going to back down if you bump him around a little bit. In fact, that may actually be something he's pretty comfortable with. Yeah, I can't wait to see what he does against a team like that. Because to me, I think it's not like I'm looking at Darius Acuff and thinking, well, this guy's just going to be a really physical point guard. But I think he could handle that kind of style of basketball.
He's tough. There's no question about it. I'm excited to see his process and what does he have about another 24 games in a Razorback uniform. You're excited and you think of I know we touched on this yesterday, but you think of the guards that Coach Cal's coached. I mean, all the bigs, the guards, whatever. It's a lot of. I think he has 41 first-round picks in his coaching career. I wonder where when he gets done, even if it's one and done, I wonder where it is that his self on the list where to be. Will he be a top 5 player, or will he be right outside the top 10? It's up to him. Talent-wise, the dude is just as talented as anybody that's up there.
It's just you watch him. He could go out and average maybe 20 points. But he could also get out there and average 7 or 8 assists, just depending on what it is you need from him and what his role is going to be on that game, or maybe how the style of the game goes, or if somebody's got their shot.
Yeah, you have to. Your point guard has to be a facilitator first and foremost. I'm not a fan of the Russell Westbrook style. I like a Rajon Rondo, a Coach Cal guy who played at Kentucky. He can score, but he's going to defend. He's going to pass the ball. He's going to rebound. He's going to make the right play. That's what I love. Rajon Rondo is one of my favorite players to ever play basketball. And then you have other guys that are going to just be score first guys that want to score. And I don't think that's what wins championships. You can win a game by having guys that want to be a volume shooter and score, but I don't think A-Cup is that. I think he's grown just in these, he's played 9 games for the Hogs. I think you've seen him growing and trusting his teammates a little more, because I think it's tough when you're a high school kid, you're the best player on the team. Well, you don't trust your teammates as much because they're not very good. But you get to Arkansas, every one of these players, when you're open, they can hit open jump shots. So trust your teammates. And then how many easy shots do we get? How many open shots do we get? Your percentages of making contested jump shots to wide open, what I mean is, for 100% facts that it's not going to get blocked. That's wide open.
I was going to say they made the extra pass.
That's winning basketball.
So the women's team yesterday was all about making that extra pass, got a lot of open looks. That was fun to watch yesterday, too. Hey, Roback.com, if you need an upgrade for your Razorback closet and you got a friend in mind or a significant other in mind that has been wearing that same Razorback shirt for the last 5 years, get to Roback.com. They got something for somebody on your list, and you won't find it anywhere else. Roback, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH25 at checkout for 20% off your first order, and you'll find an Arkansas Game Day collection at Roback that you won't find anywhere else. Roback, where action meets comfort. We're live at Swift's Jewelry on the town square in Fayetteville, and halftime's back in a moment to wrap up the show.
I want romance. Want romance? In Ridgemont? We can't even get cable TV here, Stacy. We want romance.
This is halftime.
See dealer for details. At Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren, there's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Rhodes, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Rhodes way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Rhodes way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust a team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
As we come to the end of 2025 and 75 amazing years in business, Crabtree RV Center in Alma would like to thank all of our loyal customers for their support and business over the years. The Crabtree family, employees, and staff are humbled and blessed to be able to serve the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for the last 75 years, and we're looking forward to 75 more. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for 75 years.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Struggling with what to get the person who has everything? What can you gift your parents who have it all? Consider something they can use all year long. A security system. Call Guardtronic, the local hometown folks who have served us for over 60 years. Trust the licensed, experienced professionals who live here in the River Valley and shop in the River Valley. Guardtronic monitors your system right here and calls authorities quickly when trouble occurs. Thousands of your neighbors have trusted us with their security needs. Merry Christmas from your friends at Guardtronic, license E50.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
90 years. That's how long the Hug family has been a part of this town. Through dust bowls, downturns, and drive-thrus, we've been right here, selling trucks to grandfathers and now their grandkids. Because it isn't just about cars. It's about connection. We're proud to still be your local GM dealership after all these years. Hug Chevrolet GMC, since the beginning, still right here.
Rumors spreading round. You had to take the time. Right this back outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that whole mile on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Steve's with us from Swift's Jewelry as we wrap up the show here today. But it's really just kind of the start of the day for you guys, Steve, right? We've got men's night tonight. First time you're doing it. Certainly won't be the last. And, yeah, there's been a lot of people coming in throughout the day, but it's going to be packed tonight, won't it?
That is a fact. Yeah, it's a perfect night to come out and get a sample of the good stuff. We'll be celebrating between 5 and 7 o'clock tonight with all kinds of bourbons, doing some giveaways, a nice single malt scotch, and then a beautiful bourbon, some larceny, and a gift set. We got several gift certificates for local places and all kinds of fun stuff that we're doing this evening, and we'll have some barbecue sent in as well. So
I know you guys have done girls' night too before. How many girls' nights did you do before you decided to do a men's night?
Well, it's funny you say. For whatever reason, that just never hit our radar. But Rosalie decided we needed a men's night this year, and we've got this beautiful collection of these Santa Fe Stoneworks knives out. So
she brought one over when we talked to her.
It's just works of art, and they're really nice, and so we're proud to represent those guys. And something to come out and take a look at and get a little taste, and then some nice barbecue as well.
And 10% off if you come out during then too. So that's always cool.
Yes.
Are you going to help out with some of the personal shopping, or is it more Jessica and Rosalie?
I try to stay out of the way for the most part, but yeah, I'll be up here making sure that everybody gets the proper amount of taste, etc.
Smart.
He's going to be in control of the bottle.
I like
it. That's probably the best idea. Keep us away from it. That's for sure. All the stuff behind everything in here will be 10% off, right? From 5 to 7, as long as you have to be a man, or will a woman be allowed inside at men's night?
I'm not going to discriminate.
Okay. It's not like you're going to have a bouncer on the outside or anything.
50 years of doing this, I've never been known to do that yet.
Because somebody could come in and buy something for a man as well. Why not? You can do it either way here.
Yes,
exactly.
And men don't own the exclusive on bourbon tasting either. So.
No, they don't. Or the pocket knives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember the last time we were here, I said one of the dumbest things I've ever said before, Matt, and that's a long list. You remember I told you need to have some kind of because we were here for the Texas game, I think, right?
Yes.
It was Texas football 2 years ago. Do you have an upside down horn?
I remember you saying that.
I was thinking, without even realizing, all you got to do is buy something that's a Longhorn and just give it to somebody and let them pin it on their chest upside down.
There you go. It all works out somehow.
Just let me come up with some of the ideas for getting people in here.
Thinking it out loud.
None of the ideas on what the actual jewelry is supposed to look like. That'll fit. That'll fit
That's
just
funny.
fine. This time of the year is the best time of the year for jewelry, but it's any time of the year too. You guys are open and available, and great for gifts, for birthdays, any kind of a celebration. But when you're thinking Christmas time and you're thinking celebrations of lights, how can you not think about sparkling jewelry?
Exactly. It's a beautiful fit. We've been helping the gift giving in Northwest Arkansas for 70 years now, and plan on staying strong another 70.
How what about the pearls? I've been eyeing those pearls. I know we had Rosalie on. She said diamonds were her favorite. But do y'all sell a lot of those pearls? They look sharp.
No, yeah, no, that's pearls are timeless. You can, they never run out of steam. You can wear them for dress up or for casual, either one. And it's a staple item that should be in every woman's wardrobe.
I like it.
How many years has Swift's been open?
Swift's will celebrate 70 years in October, and we're going to have a big bash that we're still planning on right now. We had a huge one for 60, but 70's sneaking up on us, so look forward to that here probably in the fall of next year.
You realize Keith Richards has 12 years on your store.
Well,
Today's his birthday.
He's just a baby, though.
Oh, that's a different kind of a celebration, I think, for his birthday.
go.
Can you imagine going to a Keith Richards birthday celebration?
Would
you make it out?
Unit? No, he's the party connoisseur now. He knows how to get down. I don't know if you make it out of that one.
Quick, Unit, are the Rolling Stones mid?
No.
Good answer. It's the only answer he could possibly give. All right, we're up against it here to end the show. You guys are terrific. We love when we come in here. Everybody's friendly and you can handle all the small spaces. And I would say good luck tonight for the inaugural men's night, but you don't need that luck. You guys are going to kill it.
That's very kind of you, Phil, and it's always a pleasure for having you two here, and we greatly appreciate y'all.
Super cool.
5 to 7 tonight. Swift's Jewelry, Town Square, Fayetteville. 10% off all your purchases. They've got special gifts and, of course, the personal shoppers. I think that's the reason come in. If you're intimidated when it comes to buying jewelry, you will not be intimidated when you're in Swift's today. That's for sure.
They'll guide you in the right direction.
Steve, thanks a lot, man. A Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. Thank you all.
All right, Matt Jones, I'll see you tomorrow at Jelco
See you tomorrow.
Outdoors. You got that right. See you in it. Have a great rest of the day. Our Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast coming out soon. Ruskin and Zach are setting up. They've got you for the next few hours as well, and we'll see you tomorrow. For Matt and Christian, I'm Phil. Go have a Thursday.